we have a reindeer question coming up later in the show. Just wanted to see could people name the 9 reindeer. We took it to the streets to really see could people
if they don't know the jingle, probably not. But if you know the jingle.
The 9 reindeer. We're going to talk about that. We got some Kobe Bryant in the show. We got D. Wade. We're going to talk about that in this hour. Also hit on the Olympics and some high school sports. I told you about the realtor, so when you sell your house, you might want to check your keys, make sure there's no guy.
That's genius. I just think
that was genius.
I just think that is so genius. He doesn't have to worry about any credit card receipts or somebody seeing him sneak in and out of a hotel or anything like that. Anytime he's questioned, he goes, "Hey, baby, I was working.
I was showing a house. Here's the bedroom.
I was showing a house buck naked. Hey, look, got to get the customers what they ask for."
Oh man, early Christmas present. Just trying to knock out some of these PSAs for today. Massengill, listen up. 2017, Pfizer has made a deal with Teva. They will be producing generic Viagra. Just wanted to pass that along to you. Don't look like that. That's big news. 2012, $1.2 billion in Viagra sales. And everybody's like, what does this have to do with sports? Watch a basketball game. At least 2 or 3 times in the show, they're going to sell you daily use Cialis. They don't made it to it where you can get it on the daily use. You don't even have to.
I mean, it used to be like 36 hours, didn't it?
And then how
it did.
It used
to be like a 3-day thing. Like you take it and you could not take it anymore for 3 days. They've dumbed it down to 1 day now.
And the selling point is just in case something does jump off. Just in case you have to show a house in New Jersey.
Oh man, generic. Why would I want to buy the generic brand?
Cheaper.
I think it's silly that people are even purchasing Viagra. It's been in liquid form for years.
It's called alcohol.
It's called gin. Yeah, exactly.
Gin. And without the sweat though.
Yeah, it just none of that.
Pop some gin. You're not sweating. Is that what that is now?
Gin. Did y'all get that? Pop the gin. She's not sweating.
See, that's that lazy elf again. Brain hadn't quite woke up yet.
It doesn't need to wake up. You need some comic
relief. And
I mean relief from your comic.
We're going to go to break. We're going to talk about D. Wade getting engaged when we come back. A little Black Mamba at the bottom of the hour. And good morning to you, Lydia. And how's the 20-year-olds? They're great. 20-year-olds right here. So much innocence in those eyes. Look at them. Look at them, Big Kenny. Remember when you looked like that?
Nope. I've never been innocent. Hey,
hold on. How you gonna turn my mic off? I got 9 seconds, Massengill. We in the Christmas spirit. I was about to send a shout out to Ira Curry, baby. Call me. Call Big G now. I think I met you one time down at the Publix. Ira Curry out there. Yeah, call your boy. Yeah. 120 mil. Call me. We'll be back after this.
Don't miss the show next week. We'll be reflecting on 2013. It's a live best of show with the biggest sports and entertainment stories of 2013. Call with your favorite segment and let's talk about it. Monday, December 30th at thesportsjock.com.
Brew, 80 wings, ice cold brew.
Ooh, that was a heck of a sack.
Chicken wings? Ice cold brews? You know, Bob, he might want to hit the showers and head to Hooters.
Hooters is your one-stop shop for food, fun, and fantasy football.
Get your very own fantasy football draft kit and keep up to the minute stats with Hooters totally free Wi-Fi.
Great food, great fun, and your very own cheerleaders, the world-famous Hooters girls.
Hooters!
Visit HootersDraftParty.com to book your party.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight.
Playoffs!
Hey guys, check out my new video game. Wait, Mom, what? Huh?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today...
The only thing I didn't learn today...
The only thing I didn't learn is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Center Court. On sports, news, gossip, blah, 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 blah.
Hang all the mistletoe, I'm gonna get to...
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. It is December the 23rd. The great thing about the 23rd of December is the traffic. You can actually drive around and there's nobody on the road. Thank goodness for the small things. Wow, because if you live in Atlanta, you are definitely happy about the traffic when school is out. The summers are the best time. I did see the little thing about the worst drivers in the U.S. I got to dig that up. Most of them are southern states. Yeah, in northern states, y'all don't drive a lot. Y'all got public transportation.
And you have taxes.
Yeah, and things like that. So we'll maybe touch on that a little later in the show. I told you I was in the Christmas spirit, so I'm giving some PSAs out today. Georgia people, your power bill will be increasing next year. Just prepare. I think they said $2.25 each month. Your bill will be higher, and it goes up to like $3.50 in 2015, and then it goes back down to $2.90 in 2016 per month. Your bill will go up. They haven't got around to businesses. That's just residential. So a little hike in your Georgia bill.
Trying to offset that Braves moving out of the city. Trying to offset that.
Is that what they doing?
Need that extra little revenue there, Shawty. Appreciate that.
It's like, who voted on this? You know what I mean? I didn't see that in my mailbox.
There was no vote.
Do you want your power bill to be increased? I didn't see that vote.
So what if you got an extension cord running from your neighbor's house? Would their bill go up $4? Okay, that just need to know. Want my neighbors to be aware.
For some of you that might not have understood why I was telling Miss Ira Curry, hey Ira, called me the 56-year-old mother, wife out in Stone Mountain. She was one of the two winners of 2013's largest, or second largest lottery, which I just got some info. They said Joe Flacco was in line to purchase him. That's okay. You can never have enough money. I mean, you know, as long as you ain't killing anybody for some extra money. You know, I'll go buy a ticket too. Ira lives in Stone Mountain. The word is she's a very sweet lady. Payout, $120 million. I was in the barber shop to get my hair cut, and that's all they talked about. It's funny how people see money, and then I'm sitting there trying to educate them because I figure y'all are cutting hair. I'm thinking I probably make more money than you. Here's some advice. They're telling me how their kids they're gonna take their kids out of school. Education is no longer important. They're gonna open businesses trial by error. I'm thinking Big Kenny and Marky. If this is, you know how you get in a conversation and then you just start being quiet, kind of how we do with the bad producer.
Yeah. No, that's not being quiet. That's called I lose, you win, just finish.
Being overwhelmed.
Tell me when it's over.
It was the same thing, because when they started telling me how the kids will no longer need to be educated and stuff like that,
you just stop.
I faded to black.
Wow.
On that. But Ira here in Atlanta, she's the first person in Atlanta that's won this year.
I think so.
State of Georgia.
Yeah, that's won the actual drawing. Many people have won $1 million, right?
Yeah,
so,
the big.
I think it's interesting. Like Georgia's one of those states where, by law, they have to announce your name. Yeah. Ira chose to remain as anonymous as possible by not doing any media interviews with television or radio. And they Googled her. And they Googled her Facebook picture and threw it up on the screen, and then went to her home. And the news stations, the news reporters are out in front of her home like, we're here in front of the home of Ira Curry in Stone Mountain, Georgia, on whatever street. Yeah. And I mean, you know, what's the purpose of me saying, no, I don't want to do any interviews if you're just going to put me out there anyway?
Right.
There's not. It's called reality TV. It's called you
privacy.
live in the internet age. It's called everybody. There's no privacy anymore for anybody.
Right. So, but I do believe the one interview they got, she was pulling her kids out of school because she said education was no longer.
Yeah, they're crazy with that.
People kill me with that wanting to start a business. Look, I'm gonna go start a business. What kind of business? I'm gonna start me a TV company. Right. I'm gonna start a television network. You don't even own a television in your home, and now you want to run a network.
They want to start businesses quick with their $120 million, but you know. Happy Christmas to you, Ira.
Happy or Merry?
A story that...
Happy Christmas for her, not Merry.
A story that may make a lot of sense for these people they need to research is Mr. Bob Johnson, the owner of the Charlotte Bobcats, just sold the franchise to Michael Jordan for pennies on the dollar because this billionaire is having a cash flow problem. Now, this is an educated man who knows about business. He's got many enterprises under his name, and he's struggling to keep a business running. So you finna go get Trayshawn, you know what I mean, out of the barber shop, and he gonna buy him an NBA team with $120 million.
Yeah, Mike Tyson went broke. He's a man who, at some point, it grossed $300-400 million.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he's quickly to tell you his story about that and his one-man comedy show that he does.
Detroit went broke. Okay?
Right, the whole city.
The whole city went broke. So don't think you're going to do it man.
Over the weekend, NBA superstar Dwayne Wade is engaged again to get married after 4 years of dating Miss Gabrielle Union. He proposed at the Heat's Christmas party. Quickly, you two. How long can this last? 41 she is, 31 he is. How do you give it? How many years you give it?
3.
2016.
2016.
Well, I'll say early 2015, 2016, it'll be over.
So I've got the over.
Yes.
Because his crazy baby mama is going to make sure it's too stressful for Gabrielle. She ain't going to be feeling her camped out, you know, in front of the house screaming and slashing tires. The crazy baby mama?
No, Gabrielle.
Already lives with Dwayne. Well, I mean, she already lives with Dwayne, and the crazy baby mama was figuring it wasn't going to last. Now that he about to marry her, it's about to turn up.
Right.
Trust me.
I give it...
Is he going to go like 20-year-old turn-up style?
Yeah.
Selfies. I'm going to be generous in the Christmas spirit. I give it 9 years.
Wow.
When he wakes up and starts planning her 50th birthday and realize he's still 39, it's going to hit him like, am I throwing a 50th, you know?
She old.
She old. That's what he's going to realize at that point. It's just different. Women, it's different. 10 years difference the other way is not necessarily staggering for a woman. But when it goes the other way for men, we saw Ashton try to hold on as long as he could.
With Demi.
You've seen it with other notable J-Lo dating some dude in Pampers.
And then it's really gonna hit him when he looks around and Kobe's wife is just getting her learner's permit. You know what I'm saying? and here Gabrielle is applying for AARP. So it's going to make a lot of difference.
So it will be interesting to see how long that lasts. But we do wish you happiness and joy in whatever time you are with somebody. Have the most stunning and happy time that you can. They have seemed like they're a happy couple thus far. So we'll see how long D. Wade, who's taking on our Hawks tonight. For you people that do not want to watch the Falcons, the Hawks and the Heat play tonight. Only interesting thing, and we'll talk about that later, is the last regular season game in Candlestick. But other than that, Falcons are getting ready for the draft. You know,
the people who do not want to watch the Falcons tonight, and we assume that is pretty much the entire world.
Except for those 5 dedicated fans.
And here was a game, seriously, that I was going to go to San Fran and see this game. So we were not going to have a show today. I was going to go to San Fran, nice city, get a little tan, because I thought this was going to be 10-4 against 11-3, like a showdown, like let's get it on kind of game. Monday night, last game. There's a lot of things. Me and Taquillo were going to go, and he used to play for the 49ers.
Right.
And to this game, and then why would I go travel to see what are the Falcons? 3-11, 4-10.
It's negligible. We don't. Nobody's even really keeping up with it.
Oh man, which I did see last week at the Lakers game. Saw Harry Douglas and my man Roddy White. They came out to the game. See the Lakers last Monday.
Ain't no need to train.
No need to train for
the playoffs. Ain't no
you
need
got
to
a lot of off season.
Yeah, ain't no need to stay focused at the end of the season now.
Oh man, but as I said, to Monday night's game, Falcons, 49ers, Candlestick Park. I don't know, maybe Jerry Rice and Joe Montana throw a touchdown or something just for giggles. But the game itself won't be that great. Also, the Heat and the Hawks tonight. Keep telling you, my Hawks. Good team. Not great team, good team. So check them out tonight. And I still, Big Kenny Markey, can't figure out last week the Lakers game wasn't that big of a crowd. You would think the Mumble. We're going to talk about the Mumble when we come back from commercial.
Mumble.
No, the Mumble.
That's him.
That's him too?
That's him.
Oh, the grass snake with all these injuries. We'll be back after this with more of the Sports Talk Show.
Hey, if you are on Skype, there's something you should know. You can now video call or voice call into the show. Log into the Skype account or add the Sports JOC to your friends list. It's the sportsjoc.com.
More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Take this time to breathe deeply and close your eyes. Right now, you're completely in control. Unlike the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk, or when you tried removing those raccoons from the basement. Concentrate on the soothing sound of my voice. Release the memory of when you wrestled with that beehive in your son's treehouse. Let go of the time you thought that skunk was a cat, or when you pulled into the garage with your son's bike on top of the car. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Can you tell if these vegetables are being contaminated with bacteria that could cause paralysis? Listen, you can't see it either. Use different cutting boards so that the bacteria in raw meats and seafood and their juices doesn't touch prep surfaces for other foods like veggies. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. Roughly 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year, but you can keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Me, a cat, moving in with a new human. It took a little getting used to. She has these weird games she likes to play, like this giant feather. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. It's almost like she thinks I enjoy it. But seeing how much fun she gets out of it, well, I guess it makes it all worth it. Humans.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Now, it's time to present the Jock of the Week on the Sports Jock Show, where we highlight an exceptional athlete that has taken their game to the next level.
Hey, I'm Pau Gasol. When I need my sports and entertainment, I listen to the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy.
Right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. Ray, who is that right there?
It's Paul McCartney's Wings.
I'm saying that the Beatles. That's what I was thinking when I heard the Beatles.
I was a member of the Beatles, Wayne, but I went off after Yoko broke up the entire group because she refused to turn down for what?
Welcome back to the show. It is December the 23rd. It is Monday. It is 9:30 here. We've addressed D. Wade and Gabrielle getting married. Reports are the ring is 8 carats for you women out there who love to judge everything based on the size of a ring. They didn't have carats, 900 grand on the ring. Wade.
So you give it about 100 grand a year.
We won't prenup.
Let me ask you something. Why do you think he did it at the Christmas party?
So she wouldn't say yes?
Nah, she would have said yes in a McDonald's bathroom.
Right.
Would she have?
Yeah.
Would she have?
Yes.
Oh, come on now.
No. Do you know what you're talking about? Have you seen her interviews? She's a pretty open person about being blunt. I don't think she would have said yes at McDonald's. She would have. You're D who? Oh, that. Yeah. Why are we in McDonald's?
Trust me.
Because you broke.
Basically.
Your career is going nowhere. You went from big screen to trying to get on Mary Jane.
$1,000.
Right.
Well, we got like 8 kids in the house and a crazy baby mama. We got 2 sons, the nephew, and the.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of people living with him already. So
yeah. She had to have some incentives to stick around.
But Marky, the new trend. I know you're a social media girl.
Yep.
Okay. What you will realize is that women whose careers were short or fizzled out or never reached a plateau that really garnered them money. If you look and research, you'll see all of them go and hitch their trailer to multi-million-dollar people.
That is nothing new.
That's what I just said. So that was validating that it could have been in a bathroom. It could have been in the back of a cab.
Yeah, but at the same point in time, though, I think that, yeah, I don't think
he could have texted her.
Yes.
What you doing? Let's get married, and she'd have said yes.
This was all pressure.
But it was undue pressure. I don't see why guys propose at sporting events or Christmas parties or anything where it's over like a group of like 10 people.
I don't either. I don't understand. I personally am against it. But
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm against it, but you know, it's not. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why put that additional pressure on you, on her, on the situation, on the gravity of what you're doing, and not have that?
I think they try to make it seem like it's more. I did it in front of the people that you're around, or on a large stage.
I don't like that stage presence. That feels like acting to me. It acts like you want to marry me, not you really want to do it.
But
agree.
From the reports that Big Kenny tell me about marriage, that's what marriage is anyway, acting.
Well, pretty much. You act like you like that person for a long period of time.
Hey, but I'm a professional, sir. I'm a professional actor, so.
Moving on. Speaking of acting, we do have some skit. I didn't watch this. I'm in a giving mood, so I'm letting people interject things that they say is funny. This is something from the bad producer. This is his Christmas present. I let him put something on my show. Roll this Kevin Hart, Ice Cube video.
I said you can ride along. I didn't say you can ball. You staying here.
Are you kidding me? Q, let's go, man. Ready to run one?
Oh, my goodness. Mellow. He's waiting in the car. Hey, I told you to stay in the car.
How about you stay in the car?
Hello. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I could throw it down like Andre Iguodala. Wish I could play in the NBA. Christmas Day, hear the ground holler. I wish I could reach the top shelf so I could teach Kobe to not see me as a Christmas elf. I just need a foot or two. Then LeBron, it is on, and I'm coming for you. These guys are living fat. They're freakishly tall, and they play ball. So how am I going to compete with that? I need these wish grin and y'all in a hurry so I can school Chris Paul and then Steph Curry. Yes, I'm rolling with you, but wearing ride along. I know my gig is good, so please don't get me wrong. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I could throw it down like Andre Iguodala. Wish I could play in the NBA. Christmas Day, hear the ground holler. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I could throw it down like Andre Iguodala. Wish I could play in the NBA. Christmas Day, hear the ground holler.
And that's why
I told you I can ball.
Video a year.
You're still a little man, Smurf. You can walk home too.
Ah, no. You almost broke my boom box.
I guess they're trying to promote that Ride Along movie they shot here in Atlanta. It comes out next month. Snoozer alert.
Huh? I should have got a sports jock wake-up call.
I told you
that one
it was on my Christmas list to let the bad producer introduce. He said I was going to laugh.
I didn't laugh.
I missed the joke, but... Right? Did you get the joke?
No. I mean,
you're a comedian and don't get the joke.
I saw it. I saw it prior to today, and and thought to myself when I first saw the advertisement, I said, "Hey, this may be something that we could take into the Sports Jock show." And then I watched it, and I thought, "No, our show has a better standard than to play this
and then you
on the show."
Wrong.
And you know, I didn't think that it was up to our level of funny.
Yeah.
So
only thing that legitimized it was some athletes in there.
And it did
Chris Paul, Carmelo, and what's his name? Andrew Iguodala were in there. She really shows how short Kevin Hart is standing next to Chris Paul.
It did not get presented to you as something with athletes in it. It was supposed to be funny.
It was supposed to be funny.
And did you laugh?
No.
So it was false advertisement.
Yeah.
Right. Completely.
All right.
If you saw in the video, it did give me a great segue. The Mamba, Kobe Bryant, was in the video. He was here in Atlanta, one of his last games for the next 6-7 weeks. He's out with a slight tear, I think, in his left knee. Time for the Mamba to...
Time for the Mamba to go back to the snake.
He got what, $43 million extension? Is that what he got?
Yeah.
And he played what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
He played like 7 games.
Not even 10 minutes a game.
So that's what, like 21.5 a week. You know what I mean? I mean, they gave him all of that money, and they're gonna have to pay. Right. They're gonna have to pay him.
And I think that
and he played a couple of weeks, and bam.
And the thing is, to me, that's when management was supposed to step in and hold him out longer.
Yeah.
I think for the injury that he had, it's great to try to play like you're Superman when you're in your 20s. You are 35. You're trying to come back from an Achilles that legitimately takes a solid 6 months. You're trying to actually be back on the court in 5. Yeah. There would have been no harm of holding you out till the All-Star break. And to make sure that when you – because to me, that knee injury is just a knee compensation. There's a body part, like your body. It compensates for whatever's hurt.
Right.
And it puts a lot of other ligaments and joints, a lot of pressure on them when something else is hurt. That's why when you sprain your ankle, the doctor quickly tells you to walk slower but try to walk normal. So everything won't, your ankle hurt, now your back hurt.
And now your hip out. You know what I mean?
So
now, with Kobe being, in my opinion, the type of person that's not really one to take ownership of his mistakes, do you think that he'll try and blame it on the team pressuring him to come back too soon?
No, I think that was totally him.
No, he'll blame it on the rain.
I think he was trying to make it like he feels about himself, that I'm cut.
That I'm that dude.
My genetic code is different than everybody else's.
Right.
You're 35. Things happen.
Yeah.
Everything gets a little slower.
And it's not like this is your first injury. You are
this year 17.
Yeah.
So, now, hopefully he can come back, maybe start being more of a role player. I know when you watch the Lakers play without him, they seem happy. Everybody, they high five, and when he there, they all look like they're on punishment when Kobe out on the court at this point. But Kenny, you brought to us Jerry West shooting some baskets.
Yeah, Jerry West was at a.
For people that don't know, before you say it, Jerry West is the guy on the NBA logo. The man silhouette that they uses on the NBA logo dribbling the ball is Jerry West. A lot of you would have lost Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on that question. They'd have been like,
because they'd have swore it was LeBron James. It's Mike. You can see how he crossing them up. It's Mike.
Oh, man. You have the video right there. This is the legendary Jerry West.
You want a straight line. That's where you want the ball, right there, okay? You want the ball right here so you can shoot a straight line. If I take this ball and create an angle, look what I'm shooting. I'm shooting a golf ball. Every time you're practicing, you get better. Always, if you show me the ball, and I'm going to close my eyes, I'll guarantee you every time I look at that, I will see it. The strings would be
That's Jerry West, the legendary Laker. He still got it, folks.
Yep.
He still got it.
That's like 5 in a row. That's 6 in a row.
That's Jerry West. Always remember now, these guys can't play, but they can still shoot. Don't get out there in some kind of pickup game with Jerry and bet him $1 million he can't make a shot because he's 70. You'll never forget how to shoot. We'll be back with more of the Sports Talk Show right after this.
Hey, if you're having problems with Live 365, hit refresh at thesportsjlc.com and click Listen Live again, and it'll come right up for you. It's sportsjlc.com.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a pep talk that can motivate you.
sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You can improve your future. Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and for free classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Me, a cat, moving in with a new human. It took a little getting used to. She has these weird games she likes to play, like this giant feather. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. She sticks it in my face. I swat it away. It's almost like she thinks I enjoy it. But seeing how much fun she gets out of it, well, I guess it makes it all worth it. Humans.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Can you tell if these vegetables are being contaminated with bacteria that could cause paralysis? Listen, you can't see it either. Use different cutting boards so that the bacteria in raw meats and seafood and their juices doesn't touch prep surfaces for other foods like veggies. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. Roughly 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year, but you can keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
This is a guided meditation on parenting. Take this time to breathe deeply and close your eyes. Right now, you're completely in control. Unlike the time you and your son played basketball and you attempted to slam dunk, or when you tried removing those raccoons from the basement. Concentrate on the soothing sound of my voice. Release the memory of when you wrestled with that beehive in your son's treehouse. Let go of the time you thought that skunk was a cat, or when you pulled into the garage with your son's bike on top of the car. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
And now, back to the sports jock, Wayne Gandy.
It's the most wonderful time.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. It is Christmas time. What are you getting for Christmas? What are you giving for Christmas? How about running by your closet and taking out that dress or that jacket that you keep saying you're going to lose weight to fit? And giving it away. Take it down to a shelter. Be in the giving spirit as much as you are in the getting spirit. It is always better to give, as they say, than to receive, unless you're like Eli Manning or somebody giving away too many gifts. Or
Tony Romo.
You know, there is a limit. There is a limit to gift giving.
Even Santa Claus is like, "Oh, Eli, slow it down."
What a big heart you have, Eli.
Slow it down, young man.
NFL Hour coming up in just a minute. High school sports story that we have reported on in 2013 a couple of times. It happened with Chris Bosh. It happened with Greg Popovich. High school kid here last week was in the state championship game over for Griffin High School, Jaquez Parks, while playing down at the Georgia Dome. They were broadcasting the game on the Georgia Public Broadcasting System, which that's what his family feels like gave the burglars a chance to ransack their house. When Chris Bosh was at his wife's birthday party, somebody broke into his home. When Greg Popovich was on the road, somebody broke into his home. Seems to be a common thing because in situations like that, especially if your son is in the state final, usually whoever lives in that house is going to be at that game. And in this case, it probably worked out well because you never know if you left your little 16, 18-year-old daughter home and they thought everybody was gone. It could have been worse, but they stole about everything from the report, from the Xbox to the money they had in the house, TV sets. You're actually really doing crime when you take the time to take TVs off the wall and stuff. Yeah. People don't really, that used to be a crime, stealing TVs. Right. But with TVs, you got to unplug so many things.
Especially if you're stealing my TV, because I still got a floor model TV. I got the floor model TV with the 24-inch on top of that one.
Right.
So, but, one of the things that the experts who are out there protecting your property and who are experts in protecting property will tell you is don't post on television. Well, don't post on social media or anything like that you're not home for an extended period of time. Now, it might be a little bit difficult to get around someone knowing that you're in the state championship.
Correct.
But
especially with the cameras,
right.
If you run a touchdown, he had a big game, over 500 yards of offense. He's a quarterback. I think he threw for 3 touchdowns. So I'm quite sure how, production in a TV situation, if they can find the parents, they're quickly to go over, hey, here's Jaquez Park's parents, and that kind of stuff. Look at them cheer, because that's his job. The production man's job is to sensationalize the experience.
Right,
so, like you're saying, something like that, posting is in your control.
Right.
People capturing you on TV is a little hard. That's why I said Greg Popovich went through this. He's the head coach of the Spurs. When he was on a road trip, I don't know whether they might have showed his wife in the stands or something, but they do that in these games to let you know, oh, okay, these people are not home at all. They're not even in the state.
But when you hear something like that, automatically it has to be someone who knows you well enough to know where you reside. Do you understand?
Right.
Because Greg Popovich could come on TV and they go, oh, he's on the road for 2 weeks, and I don't know where Greg's house is.
Correct.
Well, but at that same point in time, though, there could also be people who target certain neighborhoods because they know that they're more affluent neighborhoods. They may not know that person particularly, but when they see them leave and don't come back for a day or 2 days and they, are in that neighborhood driving.
Well, now, wait, let's talk about the established reality. Affluent neighborhoods like the one that I'm assuming Greg Popovich lives in, you don't have the luxury of casing the joint for a number of days. There's no driving through and watching them leave and that kind of thing. Well,
you'd be surprised. I
it's always an inside job.
Well, that's what I was about to say. In a neighborhood of a high school, usually the kids, everybody's kid, in that area, whether you have a kid on the team or not, you'll go attend the game because that's kind of the neighborhood thing, state championship. We all go to the game, and it definitely was 2 doors down.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. This they didn't come from Stone Mountain by Ira.
Right.
Yeah.
They were right next 2 doors down. That's why they knew what they had already.
Right.
Because they already been to the house.
Right. There's no breaking in and hoping that there's something valuable.
Yes,
still.
I know that you keep this and that there, so I'm going in. Sad case, and I'm quite sure we're going to keep seeing these type things with television.
Well, and
social
media. Someone tried to break in my apartment when I was there less than a week ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you think they thought you were not? Maybe
yeah, they
break
thought
on your work?
Well, they thought I wasn't there. It was right before 5 p.m. I was in my bedroom, and I heard some rattling at the door. We have one of those apartments that has an inside, hallway type entrance, and then we have an outside door. We're on a terrace level. And I was in my room. I had one light on in the apartment. It was during the day, and this person, I guess, thought I wasn't home, and I ended up smashing the perpetrator with my door and running after him with a red kitchen knife.
Okay, so you became the aggressor.
I did. A cloak of rage, my redhead came over me, and I went after the guy.
Now,
redhead?
I'm so...
Oh, yeah,
am I missing something?
I'm a natural redhead.
Prove it.
Do the Drake smash
Did you
the
get that
curtains?
one?
Do the Drake smash the curtains. Really? You think I'm not going to call you out on that?
Did you get
You weren't
that
supposed to
one?
catch
There's no
that.
carpet. It's box.
Is it too early?
Nice.
That's the only question I have. Is it too early for that joke?
And
Nope.
just to show you, just to show you,
9:54.
to show you the kind of things women focus on, aside from the fact that she was, her home was invaded and she was there and faced potential danger, she had to let us know the color of the kitchen knife.
Because...
And I chased him with a red kitchen knife by
this is
by
why.
Chops a lot.
This is why. Because the guys who live upstairs, not directly above me, but over one apartment, it's these two guys who are like trainer guys. One of them is our gym trainer. These two large, about 6'2", 6'4" black guys. They both live in an apartment, and one of them, this could not have come at a crazier time. This guy jumped off the balcony and started running after me, thinking I was the aggressor because my knife was red, and he thought because the guy had blood on his face that I might have done it until he caught up with me and got the story.
Wow.
He was trying to help protect the guy.
So he was going to help protect the guy?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I said. She became the aggressor.
I'm
That's
saying,
why I mentioned it was a red kitchen
what kind of neighbors do you have? Hey, stop. Hey, neighbor, stop accosting that person who might be a stranger. I'm going to stop you.
He didn't know what happened.
Yeah,
he was just trying to help out.
That's scary, though, that someone would, try to break in.
That's why. That's why I
break the
asked.
guy's nose, though.
Is it because
Pretty sure.
people try to get you on a schedule.
Oh, yeah.
And they sometimes think, oh, okay, every Sunday she works the midnight shift, so she's not going to be there. That's why they always say drive home different sometimes and change your schedule. Don't always let people know, like, put your luggage in the car secretly.
Yeah.
So as far as they know, you're just leaving. They don't need to know you're leaving.
Also,
those little kind of security things that can help out.
And to that point, a lot of people are going to get Christmas presents this week. A lot of people are going to get large ticket items. Don't throw those boxes away. Keep those boxes for a few weeks. Bring them to a public dumpster. Don't throw them out in your apartment. Don't put them outside your house, because those are things that a lot of people look for after the holidays, are those large ticket items.
Right.
They want to know where they can get those, and your trash is one way that they can do that. So that's also a good tip.
Gotcha. Interesting story out of New Mexico, Albuquerque. Teacher got suspended last week. Senior high school was having their Christmas parties. The kids could come dressed as well, either Santa or elves or reindeer. The teacher told a black kid who came in a Santa's outfit that it was inappropriate, basically, for him to dress up as Santa because Santa was white.
What?
They have suspended the teacher with pay, but she told him that Jesus and Santa was white, so he needs to go change his Christmas outfit.
People need
Very interesting how people see.
Where did you get that story from? Because I know that a Fox News analyst, Megyn Kelly, also came under fire for saying on her program that there was some woman who did a blog saying that she felt out of place around Christmas time and didn't connect with Christmas because they said Santa was white. And then she went on to say that Santa was, in fact, it is a fact that Santa is white and Jesus is white too. So I'm just imagining how
that happened. That happened last week,
and then the teacher just thought they would reiterate it and get fired too.
The teacher told a ninth grader
right
that Santa was white and Jesus was white, and
why you
he should have worn another. Last time I checked, Jesus was Egypt, Middle East, somewhere. So something tells me his skin was a little brown. And for you people that don't know, Santa Claus is anybody that hands a gift to you. That's who Santa Claus is.
I'm amazed at how
he doesn't have a color. He's whoever hands that gift. He can be black. He can be orange. Just bring me a gift. That's how I'll be looking at it. Somebody bring me a gift. I get a gift for Christmas.
A red
get a
knife.
high five.
Get a red knife.
Can't do nothing with that. That's gonna go away right after I get it. Let me get it. We'll be back with more of the Sports Jock Show. The NFL Hour is coming up next.
Hey, if you're having problems with Live 365, hit refresh at thesportsjlc.com and click Listen Live again.
Melikilikimaka is a thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day.
Brew! 81! Ice cold brew! Hot, hot! Ooh, that was a heck of a sack. Chicken wings? Ice cold brews? You know, Bob, he might want to hit the showers and head to Hooters.
Hooters is your one-stop shop for food, fun, and fantasy football.
Get your very own fantasy football draft kit and keep up-to-the-minute stats with Hooters' totally free Wi-Fi.
Great food, great fun, and your very own cheerleaders, the world-famous Hooters girls.
Hooters!
Visit HootersDraftParty.com to book your party.
You are a waste. A loser. Everyone hates you. Why don't you just stay in your car and keep driving? I'm serious. Drive until you run out of gas, then get out of your car and walk until you find someone who doesn't think you're dumber than bricks. Could take a while, but at least all that walking might burn a couple of calories.
You may not witness bullying like this every day. Your kids do. They want to help, but they don't know how. Visit StopBullying.gov to learn safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at StopBullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Enough is enough! I have had it! Why so serious? And we hold the world ransom for Wayne Gandy. Excuse me while I whip this out. Show me
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy.
In the red zone.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. NFL Week 16. It's in the books. Great games, great action yesterday. Tonight out in San Francisco, the Falcons are visiting the 49ers. The last regular season game in Candlestick Park, a park that I've had bad memories in playing in. Jerry Rice and Steve Young used to send me home crying without dinner. Just, get y'all. Don't running up and down the field. 49ers used to treat us bad when I played with the Rams. Quick update on that Kobe Bryant. His injury does not require surgery. It was a hyperextension in the third quarter of the game. It was a 2-year, $48.5 million extension. Wow. It says 6 weeks injury. And Kobe tweeted, broken, not beaten. Yeah, $48.5 million. No, not broke.
Well, that's got a way of easing the pain. You know what I mean?
Money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you a nice car and a good woman.
Yes, it can.
Yeah.
For a few
or
hours.
2 nice cars and 4 women.
Yeah.
Or 3 nice cars and 6 women.
And a bottle
and
of...
on and on. Do y'all see where I'm going? No gin needed.
No, gin just tastes like a Christmas tree. It's for the holidays.
Right.
Really? I thought it was eggnog.
Same
Well,
thing.
It's the same thing.
It all comes.
I had gin once in my life.
Really?
It makes you sweat.
You will sweat.
Yes.
You will sweat. I mean, if you have a lot of it. If you have a lot of it, you will sweat.
Yeah, so.
If you have a lot of anything, you'll sweat because you can't breathe if you stuff your face with a lot of stuff.
I suppose.
I mean,
that makes sense.
I will take your word on
it. It's been a while since I had my face stuffed, but I'll take your word.
But whenever you come to that turkey dinner.
yeah, because that will.
Something going on yesterday's games. All games are this Sunday. So there are no Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They're all on Sunday. They do this. Tonight is the last Monday night football game of the year as well. All teams have to play on Sunday, so when the playoffs start, everybody would have played on the same day. If you're wondering why they do it that way. Yesterday's action, Philly over the Bears. Big. I mean, huge. In a game that I was sitting there and I was thinking this was a game that the Bears would really win. And I think once the Eagles saw that the Cowboys had won, it almost, that's why it's hard to bet. Because little things like that matter. Because, if you're sitting there, they played the night game against the Bears, you went into that game knowing you need to win. It puts a whole nother face on it. And they came out that way. Before you knew it, it was 21-0. The Eagles looking like that first week. Because they've done some winning, but it's been last minute, late in the game. This one, it was from the beginning to the end. Very dominating game for them. LaShawn McCoy looking great once again. Just a game that Chicago, if they had won, Big Kenny, your Bears, if they had won, they would have already clinched the playoffs. By losing, they have to go out this week and beat Green Bay in a game that a must-win, which puts a lot of pressure on your boy, Jay Cutler.
And the Bears' defense was definitely in the giving mood last night.
The Christmas spirit. There's a lot of Christmas spirit.
They were in the Christmas spirit, giving up, was it 54 points?
54 points.
54 points. 54. At some point, I just used the excuse, man, I got to do morning radio, and cut the TV off and went to sleep.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. Look,
you get an early jump.
I got to do morning radio. I need some rest. And it was really, and the Bears are not a slouchy team, but the Eagles put it on them last night.
Yeah, and in this game, Nick Foles playing well again, 2 touchdown passes. Riley Cooper catching one of them. He has definitely won back his team from that early season debacle, which I thought was, blown out of proportion anyway. Yeah. When people start talking about the man should be fired, it's like then most people just haven't been caught.
Right.
But everybody in the building would be fired at some point if they said something out of character sometimes. But the Eagles and Nick Foles really solidifying that Michael Vick will either be the backup next year or be on the trading block and be somewhere else. Because taking this team and his winning percentage and his rating, he is one of the big reasons why this team is on the verge of making the playoffs. Also, yesterday's action, Indy big over Kansas City. We don't really know much about this Colts team. We know Andrew Luck plays for them. We know that Trent Richardson pretends to play for them, the running back that had got traded from Cleveland. He just still isn't in any kind of groove. And the Chiefs' offense at one point was doing enough to win, and when they get in these big games, they disappear. The Chiefs are 11-4. The Colts are 10-5. Both teams, as I said at the beginning of the show, I guess our Christmas gift as far as football is going, it's going to be a lot of teams. Both of these teams need to win for playoff positioning. You get to the point where I want a home playoff game. These teams will be trying to win their games to do so. New Orleans and Carolina, Cam Newton almost giving it away. If you haven't seen the Panthers play, and for you Atlanta people, you will see it this week. What a defense. This defense comes to play. It was like Sean Payton was confused. They even cut to him one time, my bad. He was. You don't ever see him admitting anything.
Right.
Failure.
And how many sacks did they have against Drew Brees yesterday?
I want to say, let me look right here. I want to say like 7.
And you rarely ever
6 sacks.
You rarely ever
sacks.
see him get sacked. You rarely ever see him get sacked. But to sack him 6 times in one game.
6 times in one game.
Is
they
amazing.
thought he was Santa. They wanted his sack.
He threw 2 interceptions along with that 6 sacks. And Carolina, wherever there was a receiver, there was a Carolina player standing right next to him.
Right next to him.
And I've heard about this defense, but this was the first full game I watched of his team. Cam Newton playing the role of Tom Brady at the end, taking them down, scoring the winning touchdown. Steve Smith did get hurt early in the game. Hopefully he can make it back for the playoffs. The Panthers would have win against the Falcons, win the division. Who would have thunk?
I know.
Who would have thunk? Between the Falcons and the Saints, you just knew the NFC South would be won by those two teams.
You just thought.
And now the Panthers are sitting here, not just win a division, beat the Falcons, and you might have a bye.
Yeah.
This is big. You're 2 games away from the Super Bowl. Where did this come from? Scam Newton and the boys.
And just last season we were saying they're the type of team that you don't want to beat.
Yeah.
If you're going into the playoffs, because they're not a good team, but you would hate to lose that game and demoralize yourself. Now they're 2 games away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize. A big game, you're being Carolina, so your home field. That's why I said it's a blessing that of 16 games, there are about 10 of these games that there's something to be played for, which glues you to the TV, and this is one coming here to Atlanta. We don't know how Atlanta's going to fare tonight. To me, after this game, I would definitely sit Matt Ryan, regardless of how he plays tonight, and let the backup, what's his name, Dominic Davis, right? Let him play just to see what I got in that position. Because, that position for us is still kind of in limbo. So let's at least get him a game in. So
why even put him in at all? It's not like we are in that situation where if we win this one and then we win another one, we can be a wild card. There is no hopes of the Falcons going to the playoffs.
None.
Right.
All you're doing now is making them earn their money and possibly putting future seasons at risk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Next week, don't even dress him.
Sit Roddy tonight. Yeah. Sit Julio tonight. The only person I'd play is Tony Gonzalez because it would be his last game. Yes. And so,
stats.
You want to let him get his numbers. Yes. But everybody else, hey, man, put the backups in.
Yes, they've done that in some position. I know they said Asante Samuel.
Yep.
They've reduced O.C. Umenyiora to more just like second and long pass rushing situations. They have changed different people on the O-line. I just know after tonight, even maybe after the first half, Dominic Davis needs to go in. Matt, you're gonna be the quarterback next year. Now, after next year, based on how you do, there will be a lot of questions on what to do with you. But there's no need. You need to see who else is in every position, like you're saying, not just at cornerback, but at quarterback as well, or who really is going to be. Get you basically a game up on scouting.
Yeah.
Of who you're already going to keep and who you're going to get rid of.
And it would be a real shame if maybe the Falcons scored and with their awkward touchdown celebration, somebody twists an ankle trying to chest butt or something like that. You know what I mean? I would sit them all and just,
only person,
wait for the draft.
Only person that needs to continue to play is Steven Jackson. You had enough games on.
Yeah, exactly. My sentiments exactly.
We'll be back. More of the NFL coming up. Peyton Stein, did I get it right this time?
Yes, you did.
Peyton Stein Manning coming up. Eli and Dallas Cowboys. You can never talk about enough Dallas Cowboys. That and much more when we come back.
Hey, don't miss the show next week. We'll be reflecting on 2013. It's a live best of show with the biggest sports and entertainment stories of 2013. Call with your favorite segment and let's talk about it Monday, December 30th at thesportsjoc.com.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions.
How high can you jump?
But you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Today in school, I learned a lot. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me. In English, I learned that I'm disgusting. And in physics, I learned that I'm a loser.
Today in school, I learned that I'm ugly and useless. And in gym, I learned that I'm pathetic and a joke. In history, I learned that I'm trash.
Today in school, I learned that I have no friends. In English, I learned that I make people sick. And at lunch, I learned that I sit on my own because I smell. In chemistry, I learned that no one likes me.
In biology, I learned that I'm fat and stupid. And in math, I learned that I'm trash.
The only thing I didn't learn in school today? The only thing I didn't learn today?
The only thing I didn't learn is why no one ever helps.
Kids witness bullying every day. They want to help, but they don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Sassy! Sassy!
This week's episode, Rattlesnake at the Pond.
Oh, Johnny, skipping rocks at the pond sure is fun. Hey, look, a moving stick. That ain't a stick. That's a rattlesnake. Sassy, we're in danger. Good idea, Sassy. Go get Mr. Gunderson. You will in a second, but first you'd like to tell us something we may not know about animal shelters in the United States? It's getting close, Sassy! Approximately 8 million pets enter shelters each year? The majority of which are in shelters because of owner-related issues that the animals have no control over? Sassy the rattlesnake! Save us, Sassy! What, Sassy? You wish you were videotaping this? Sassy!
Sassy is brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org. Remember, adopt.
In the red zone.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock Wayne Gandy. NFL action week 16 is in the books. A lot of great games yesterday, a lot of great games to come. This Sunday should be very interesting. A lot of settings, a lot of teams trying to make the playoffs. Seedings, excuse me, not settings. A lot of seedings for this week. A lot of playoff teams, as I said. 8:30 Sunday night, it will be the Eagles and the Cowboys. The Cowboys winning yesterday. Tony Romo leading his team late to a touchdown to take the lead in a game that the Redskins, for the most part, had control over the whole day. Cowboys winning 24-23. Tony Romo making a play at the end, throwing a 12-yard pass to DeMarco Murray. The Cowboys still keeping it alive. They're 8-7 with a win against the Eagles Sunday night. They will make the playoffs. Is it more interesting for Dallas to win or for them to lose? Like when you're watching the game, the storyline seems better when they lose. Or is it me?
I think that it's amazing that we're even talking about Dallas as a contender. Possibly, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If the planets line up, sure. But with the horrible level of performance that they've had over the season, with the epic losses and breakdowns that they've had at the end of games that they were winning over the season, the fact that they're still in the hunt is amazing. And I think that's what drives the whole hype surrounding them is, you know, they're still right there, and they still could make something happen, as horrible as Tony Romo is. And then if he succeeds, everybody's like, I told you, Tony Romo's one of those. He's a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback. And Jerry Jones, of course, comes out and says, I've had faith in him all the time. I never was worried at any point. We just, you know, had to tweak this and tweak that, and now and then the coach gets an extension and all of those things that we expect not to happen.
And I think as fans, when we watch Romo, you really be pulling for him to make the same thing with Cam Newton yesterday. It was like, here's that moment, Cam. There's about a minute to go in this game. Do it for once. Yeah. You know, and it's the same thing with Romo. Please do it, Romo. Please, for a day. Earn that $20 million a year. We don't want to keep talking about you in a bad way. It's just some guys that you be sitting there hoping they get that moment. Tom Brady, minute 18.
Yeah. He got it.
You're going to be lucky if he don't score a touchdown. That's when you watch it. Peyton Manning at the end, even Drew Brees. You look at, they might have left too much time. You ever watch
Right. 45 seconds on the clock. They got one timeout left. Uh-oh.
They got to go 90 yards.
and score 8 points. Uh-oh. You know what I mean?
But
because
some interesting stats, though. The Cowboys have won 7 out of the last 10 lineups with them. So
with the Eagles or the Redskins?
No, with the Skins.
Okay.
And then Washington, they're 4-1 against the spread versus Dallas over the last 3 seasons. So when you look at it that way, I mean, it's not as unpredictable as it may seem.
I mean, but this is also the same
season,
Dallas that'll blow a 21-point lead too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, lost to Green Bay.
Right.
Up 23.
Right. Up 23, right.
At home.
23.
Yeah.
At home.
And so that's what I'm saying. This is the same team that'll do that and makes you wonder, and then they pull one out and you go, wow, Dallas is still.
Yeah.
You know who the biggest Dallas fan was yesterday, right?
Who?
RG3.
Oh, that's just.
Oh, he doesn't want Kirk Cousins to go out there and win these games.
No, I know he did.
Every game that Kirk Cousins
I know,
wins
he had a career high.
or even performs well puts him more and more on the hot seat.
I know.
That whether it's Shanahan or new coach, yes, because of the owner and because we drafted you second in the draft, you're going to get set there.
Cousins had 300.
And Cousins is going to be sitting right behind your back. And if he wins these couple of games, he solidified, maybe we don't need RG3.
Yeah. 381 yards, 3 touchdowns.
And somebody quietly like Jacksonville gets a call. Ring, ring.
Yeah.
Oh, man, how you was doing, man? Yeah, man, great game. Yeah, RG3.
Yeah.
Just happened to come up in the conversation.
Right.
Why
right.
we even talking RG3?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, RG3. Yeah, no, we're not going to trade him. Nobody has offered us anything. There's them open-ended questions. Nobody's offered us anything. So, no, we're not going to trade him. You're saying in that tone.
Right. And then you're watching the Winter Olympics from Sochi, and there's a breaking news story from the NFL, and RG3's been traded to Jacksonville.
Exactly. So but Kirk Cousins is still doing a decent job in there, right on the verge. One play away from Dallas, the Redskins winning this game yesterday. Nice play by Romo, making a play with his legs, throwing that touchdown. Buffalo beating up on Miami, 19-0. You Dolphin fans just can't get enough of that abuse. I know y'all have high hopes at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
The Dolphins were like 3-0, 4-0.
Yeah.
And now they're going, we know where they will be for New Year's at the Heat game. That's what Minnesota.
Asking Dwayne, so what's it like, y'all? You get married. How's that going?
Minnesota, you got a question over there, bad producer?
Yeah, Miami game, shenanigans.
Uh-huh. The bad producer wants to know, he's telling me that at the hotel up in Buffalo, the Dolphins' alarm went off. It was Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly went over there to the hotel, the legendary Buffalo quarterback. Him and Thurman Thomas over there playing jokes. They had about 8 Stellas apiece. Hey, man, let's go mess with Marino. They still think Dan Marino over there and pulling the alarm. But no, nothing ever happened like that to me. But when you hear that, it probably was a hotel employee who had put some money on the game, man. This is a crazy world. You never know. People really want to change their economic, and the lottery proves it. Gambling is up. You can never. There's always people in Vegas. You've never seen an empty casino. Hey, I put $2,000 on it. I'm gonna wake them up. I'm gonna steal the luggage.
And
I'm gonna do a lot of things.
If the employee doesn't have money on the game, there's somebody that knows they work at the hotel who does and says, "Hey, man, you want to make a quick $100? You want to make a quick $200? All you got to do is pull the fire alarm." And
the report is that some guys did leave their room because that's what you're supposed to do. So, great ploy. Still wake, disturb their sleep. No, I've never had a team I didn't hear the alarm. So I used to love Saturday night. So I didn't hear the alarm. I need to smell some smoke before I leave.
And that would probably be coming from my room.
From your room?
Yeah, that smoke that
Big
you
Kenny
smell.
got that loud again. Burning that loud up in here. Is it too early for loud?
Why is that doorknob so hot? He might be in the hallway. He might be in the hallway.
Cincinnati abusing Minnesota yesterday, 42-14, a game that was never in doubt. The Bengals look very, very strong in trying to win a position, a bye week. They're 10-5. They've won the division over there with the Steelers and Ravens, who are fighting to try to get in the playoffs. St. Louis beating up on Tampa Bay. I remember when this used to be a great game. Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, Terry Holt against Warren Sapp in that defense. I think Tampa Bay beat St. Louis to go to the Super Bowl, that Super Bowl that they won back in like 2002, 2003. Right. I think this was like the NFC Championship game of that year. Tampa Bay with that great defense they had. But the Rams yesterday 23-13. And the Jets beating up on Cleveland. J-Cam. I was pulling for you, J-Cam. Jason Campbell, quarterback for the Browns. War Eagle to you. And War Eagle to you, Cam. Sorry, I'm slipping on the Eagle thing this week. But the Jets winning for no reason. They're going to be 8-8 and go home. They'll be at the Macy's Day Parade.
Like the Falcons, we playing for pride. We playing for pride now.
Geno Smith having a decent year yesterday. Mark Sanchez on the sideline with that golden, rich, dark hair.
And that horrible band on his head. I don't know what all of that is about.
Lil Rex jumping up and down. I still think Lil Rex might be up out of there at the end of this one.
It's very possible.
I really still think that his job is not secure.
And because they paid too much money for Sanchez, they got to do something with him.
Yes.
They got to do something with him. You know, they got to find a spot for him, do another Wildcat Jesus with him. And Lil Rex might be out of there.
Yeah. Because at a certain point, like people don't get, you do get a window, even if you're kind of how the Bears did with Lovie Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they were saying that Lovie's not a great coach, but it's like, okay, you've been here for almost a decade. We don't have no trophy.
Right.
So we're not saying it's not like you're not going to get another job. Right. It's just that in a decade, we figured you was going to bring us a ring.
And if you want to shake something up, start at the top. If you want to make people know that you could lose your job, let's fire
that average or decent or solid is not what we're in the business for.
Right.
Those are moral victories, as they say.
And they don't have any moral victory trophies.
No, they call that what is it? Sportsman of the Year, something like that.
Excellent conduct in a sporting event. They don't do that.
We'll be back. We're going to wrap up the NFL report when we come back from this quick break. More of the Sports Jock Show. 888-926-7562.
Hey, don't miss the show next week. We'll be reflecting on 2013. It's the live best of show with the biggest sports and entertainment stories of 2013. Call with your favorite segment and let's talk about it. Monday, December 30th at thesportsjoc.com.
Ice cold brew! Ooh, that was a heck of a sack. Chicken wings? Ice cold brews? You know, Bob, he might want to hit the showers and head to Hooters.
Hooters is your one-stop shop for food, fun, and fantasy football.
Get your very own fantasy football draft kit and keep up to the minute stats with Hooters' totally free Wi-Fi.
Great food, great fun, and your very own cheerleaders, the world-famous Hooters girls.
Hooters!
Visit HootersDraftParty.com to book your party.
Make sure your child is up with the alarm and ready for school each morning, because missing just 18 days, even in middle school, will put their graduation at risk. It's up to you. Learn more at boostup.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
It's not always easy being a dad.
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
What? What do you mean she's not coming?
But it's always worth it.
It's the fairy princess!
It is I, Groove Zinklebell. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
You are a waste. A loser. Everyone hates you. Why don't you just stay in your car and keep driving? I'm serious. Drive until you run out of gas, then get out of your car and walk until you find someone who doesn't think you're dumber than bricks. Could take a while, but at least all that walking might burn a couple of calories.
You may not witness bullying like this every day. Your kids do. They want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
In the red zone.
Merry Christmas, Christmas comes this time each year. Well, way up north where the air gets...
Welcome back to the Sports Shock Show. I'm the Sports Shock Wayne Gandy. Quick note, we were talking about the Redskins and the Cowboys in the last segment of the show. January 23rd, sentencing date has been set for Eric Rivera Jr. He was convicted of second-degree murder and armed burglary in the 2007 shooting of Sean Taylor, the safety for the Redskins. Rivera is 23 years old. He's facing life in prison. Just funny, that was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And they're just getting around to sentencing him in 2014.
And he's just now, what, 23, you said?
Yes. He was 17
Wow. That's crazy.
when he broke into the home. So, second-degree murder. I don't know how it's second-degree murder when you broke into my home. Whether you intentionally meant to kill me in my home or not, I think that's just...
Maybe it's a step up from carrying a deadly weapon.
Well, first-degree murder is when you intend,
planned.
Right?
Yeah.
But did you intend to break in my house?
Right. Well, he intended to break into the home, I think, with the understanding that no one would be there or that they.
Then why did you do it with a gun?
Hey, he had a good lawyer. Obviously, he had a good lawyer because everything says premeditated.
Correct.
But they have to prove intent. Right. You know, a lawyer can get a witness on the stand and say, when he ran and he screamed, "Oh no," which was indicative that he didn't know someone was going to be there, that he never meant to do it, and but wow, it's amazing that it took 6 years for that to get to the sentencing phase.
Yes, it did. Yesterday, Peyton Stein, I keep messing up the man's name.
Peyton Stein Manning.
Peyton Stein Manning going into Houston and doing what most people that go into Houston do this year, murder them, 37-13. The Texans are 2-13. They've already fired Gary Kubiak. Only bad thing for the Broncos was Von Miller left with a knee injury. They haven't said yet whether he will be back for this season or maybe just for the playoffs. The Broncos will have a bye, so that will help in his recovery. Peyton Manning yesterday breaking the single-season passing record, 51 touchdowns. He still has a game to go. The Broncos still need to win this game come Sunday, because if they lose, the Patriots win. The Patriots get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. That's why I said these are going to be some good games, because even being 12-3, like the Broncos are, they still got to go win a game, because they don't want to have to go to Foxborough and play Pretty Tom if that's how it shakes out. You know, if you want Pretty Tom to come to your stadium, you don't want to go to Pretty Tom Stadium.
No.
And he can wear his comfortable Uggs.
And I'm saying,
for
and Foxborough, Mass cold is a little different than the Denver cold.
Yes.
Denver's that, Pacific Northwest kind of cold, and Foxborough, Mass is just
cold.
Cold.
Bone chilling.
Right.
Cold.
That prehistoric ice age kind of cold.
Well, the home team is cold.
Right.
It's not a really advantage to us either.
Yeah, Phil's got a sweatshirt with his cutoffs, but he still has that Under Armour underneath.
And Peyton still has a couple of records that he can break for the single season. Like if he throws for another 400 yards, he would tie, I think, Dan Marino for a record. And what's so interesting about the touchdown record is Marino in 84 threw for 48 touchdowns. It's like before passing was fashionable.
Now, do you think that will inspire Pretty Tom to come out with both guns blazing? If they have to come in, either way, if y'all have to come here, we have to go there. You just took that record from me, and I'm going to show you who is the better man.
He said that in his post-game press conference too. He said, "Well, right now I have the record, but who knows? Tom Brady," he said his name specifically, next year. I'll just have it for right now. And Tom might come out next year. And, we've seen if you give Tom one receiver, when he had Randy Moss, that's when he broke the record. He just need one guy. He's throwing to a bunch of anybody's now.
Right.
So you never know in the draft, or, the Patriots love to go and get that veteran receiver. Tom can always break that record, because I think he has the next two behind Peyton. I think he had the record at 50, and I think the next one is like 49. That's also Tom.
Well, that was Manning. No.
Is that Manning?
That was Manning.
Okay.
49, but the Colts lost to New England 20-3 in the second round that year. That was in 04.
Gotcha.
So
Tom definitely has Peyton's number.
And another thing about Tom is they'll go get that veteran receiver and give that person second life. You know what I mean? When they got Randy Moss, everybody was thinking that Randy Moss was through. And Tom Brady.
Because people here keep talking about let Roddy go.
Right.
Well, Roddy White and Tom Brady up in hey, I'm just throwing out some stuff now. Y'all keep saying, let's get rid of Roddy. Okay, then. All right. Roddy still got like 2-3 years in him.
Yeah.
And Pretty Tom, give him a pair of them Uggs.
Yeah.
We off to the races around here.
And let Giselle say I'm pregnant again, and gotta start. Yeah, I got to start earning this money so I don't have to come home.
In a game that made me for like 8 seconds miss football, Pittsburgh and Green Bay. It's just something about when I see that frozen turf that makes me, that's the only time I want to play like one snap, just to wallow in the dirt and get that cold snow on my jersey and go back in the locker room like, man, I played football today. The Steelers won 38-31. Ben and the boys looking good. Still has a little hope mathematically. They love to throw that mathematic. They got like 8 things need to happen, and then they win.
if Aquarius lines up with Sagittarius.
Arizona going up to do something that very few teams have done, win in Seattle. Arizona 17-10. A lot of you don't know this. I know you don't, but the Arizona Cardinals are 10-5. And are playing good football. Carson Palmer is, even with 4 interceptions, won a game.
Yeah.
I know he's giving out great Christmas gifts this week. The Cardinals are in great position to make the playoffs, which is, for who this team is and where they come from. New head coach Bruce Arians. 10-5 10-5. As I said, another team that has to go out Sunday, this coming Sunday, and win, trying to get in the playoffs because there's a tight race there between the 49ers, the Saints, and the Cardinals. So here's another game. When you see it on the schedule, this is a team that has to go out and play.
The Cardinals sort of, in my mind, are kind of reminiscent of who San Antonio Spurs are.
Mm-hmm.
Just blue collar, no hype, no sideline shenanigans,
mm-hmm.
no front man, no face of the you know what I mean? None of that.
The superstar is kind of like Tim Duncan, Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Right. He's just okay, let's go get it done. Give it all, to my teammates. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, and they just keep winning.
Yes.
And then you look up and you go, wow, 10-5. You know
10 and 5.
what I mean? Like 10-5, really?
And was in the Super Bowl. What was that? 4 years ago?
Yeah.
They were in the Super Bowl. Yeah. So, it's not like they've been bad. They've had an off year here and there, and they're right back in it. A lot of journeymen on that team where they got a lot of different players, veterans from other teams, and now they're sitting here on the verge of 11-5 season. It's going to be very interesting. That's what I'm saying. You're going to have 11-5 teams that don't make the playoffs. It's just going to be very interesting how this shakes out. So it's a great week. We do have our man Jared on the line. I don't know why, Jared, we're not spending a lot of time on the Raiders, man. I know you calling me with these Raiders questions. Matt McGloin, what do you want to know about it, Jared?
Hello.
So dismal.
Jared.
Hey, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you. Did you watch this game in the Christmas spirit?
No, man. I told you when you banned me from calling last week, I told you the Raiders were mathematically eliminated. I wasn't going to talk about them no more.
Oh, okay. You called to talk about another team. Okay.
Jared, because I've given
I just like football.
I'm excited now. Who you want to know about?
I want to know why the Cowboys seems like every year it comes down to like a winning in scenario, and Tony Romo, or as I call him, Tony always managed to lose this game. So I'm looking forward to the Eagles winning this game next Sunday.
Oh, you're pulling for the Eagles?
Yeah, I hate the Cowboys.
So you one of those guys like me. It seems like it's better when the Cowboys lose, like it's more storylines, right?
Yeah, it's more fun. The drama, the angst that is like because everybody's like a Cowboys fan and they're America's team, but they always fall short. And it's just it seems like, well, not last year, the year before. I remember they had to beat the Giants or something to get in.
Mm-hmm.
And beat the Redskins last year to get in. They lose these games every single time. But Tony always throws that key interception at the end, and it's just hilarious. Cowboy Nation cries.
It's been a common thing in the NFC East that they've only really been getting like one team in the playoffs. So that's why all of them have been 9-7, 8-8, 10-6 teams. That's what made it so dramatic, because it seems like every year, even when the Giants won their couple of Super Bowls, they've started slow. They won the division. And so now, once again, here's a game that really makes it exciting. As you can see, the NFL moved this game to Sunday night to hype the drama, see if Dez Bryant slap anybody this week, because he is very volatile, Dez Bryant. But thank you for calling in with real football questions. And no more of that Raider stuff, man. Let it go. Find you another team that has silver. I mean,
the Lions stink too, though. The Lions stink too.
The Lions. We're gonna talk about them when I come back. The old dirty Lions and that dirty. No, I can't say that. I might have a viewer in Detroit. We'll be back. 888-926-7562.
Hey,
the city dirty. Yeah, I'll say it.
Watch the Sports Jock Show on Ustream or listen on CRNFM.com, Oklahoma City, Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central, and always at thesportsjoc.com.
Your busy lifestyle demands performance. Energy drinks and shots can be an acquired taste and can cause jitters, crashes, and even stomach discomfort. The new 8-Hour Energy Patch is the natural, sugar, and calorie-free alternative to energy drinks, shots, and even coffee. It's the only energy that sticks. Just 2 time-release patches will keep you going at work, the gym, or even a night out. No unpleasant taste, jitters, or crashes. For a 12-hour boost, just add another patch. For only 4 hours, use one. You're in charge. Visit 8hourenergy.com for more info and your free sample. Do not exceed 3 patches per day.
This is Lisa Edelstein from House. On TV, the good doctors aren't always easy to spot, but it is easy to spot the good that Barasa Ware is doing as a local health worker in Ethiopia. Every day he helps the children of his village survive. When you help local health workers like Barasa, you're one step away from helping children survive all over the world. See where the good goes at goodgoes.org and find out all the ways you can help the good go further. Brought to you by Save the Children and the Ad Council.
Remember when your neighbor found us naked in the car, and the time some outdoor action got us kicked out of the park? Getting frisky in the dark, I gave your eye a poke. I think the dog is also in the bed. Do I smell smoke, you and me? We never give up, you and me. We never, ever, ever give up. Getting hot and heavy with the whipped cream that we bought, undressing in the kitchen and then getting caught. So many things can go wrong, but we still can get it right. You and me, we're not gonna give up tonight.
You didn't give up on sex. Don't give up on birth control either. There are more methods than you think. Visit bedsider.org to compare all the choices and put the bogus myths to bed at bedsider.org.
Boy, we got options tonight.
Brought to you by Bedsider and the Ad Council. Bedsider.org.
It's not always easy being a dad.
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
What? What do you mean she's not coming?
But it's always worth it.
It's the fairy princess!
It is I, Groove Zinklebell.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Now, it's time for the scoreboard, where we put a spin on life and sports and how they intermingle. On the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy.
Dashing through the snow, yeah, in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock Wayne Gandy. NFL Week 16 yesterday. As we have been talking this hour, great action. We also going to jump on Jameis Winston in a second. The Heisman Trophy winner was on David Letterman with his top 10 things said in the huddle. But let's wrap up this NFL report. Tennessee beating Jacksonville. Enough said. What else would y'all? Hey, I'm the sports doc. I won't lie to you, and I won't pretend. I watched none of that game. It was about as I could have went to wash my car before in the snow before I watched that game.
You dismissed that like Joan Rivers was in a bikini or something like that. You know, no big deal. Yeah, whatever.
Not an issue.
In better news about the world of sports, Pretty Tom in the Uggs was down in Baltimore doing his thing as Tom Brady has done in his career. 41-7. Yes, 41-7. 41 points. The Ravens have never lost a game this manner. Tom didn't even put up huge numbers, but the Patriots defense stepped up real big. Joe Flacco having a hard day at the office, 2 interceptions. Patriots 11-4, as I was saying earlier, with a win come Sunday and a Bronco loss, they would actually have home field advantage. So they're going to be out there throwing. I can't say that enough because very few football seasons are you going to have the last week. Usually you have like 2, maybe 3 teams that need to play this week. Basically, almost every game, except unless you're watching like Houston or Jacksonville, but they might even be playing the team
that needs to win. Because I think like the Raiders are playing the Broncos. Right.
So motivation for the Raiders, hey, man, we ain't got a lot to cheer for, but we can beat Peyton Stein. At least we can end on a good note, you know.
End on a positive note.
So, and you have those little guys, and you're getting more players out there, Marky and Big Kenny, that are fresh and young, that don't know no better. These one of those games where you play everybody that hasn't been dressing.
Right.
Just to see, and this guy just wants to play today.
And he wants to
he wants to be on the
he wants to make sure he's on the team next
year.
season.
So you're trying to figure out, man, why is he running so hard? Because he's trying to be here next year.
Or if they're going to trade him, make sure that he goes someplace and gets a good starting position. Let me ask you something, Sports Shock. New England beat Baltimore, unlike Baltimore's ever been beaten. This close to the playoffs, what kind of mental advantage does that give them in the league right now? Everybody's probably looking like, whoa. You know, it's like beating up the dude that beats up everybody. And you go, whoa. Has that ever affected you when you were playing, or have you seen that give teams a mental advantage in the league?
It solidifies, especially after you lose a player like Gronkowski.
Right.
Because as soon as you see that guy go out, you think, oh, we're going to catch him.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like one of those situations, and then they go out. They lost a game last week, tough loss last week, but they show you we're still the Patriots. We don't do back-to-back.
Right.
Because somebody asked me, who would you take in this game? I say, didn't the Patriots lose last week? Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, they don't do back-to-back losses.
Right.
That's why they have become the Patriots. They don't do we lost 2 games in a row.
That's not the Patriot way.
No. We lose, and then we win 4 games, and then we lose, and then we win 3 games. That's how they play. Because we're only going to lose 4 or 5 games a year. So we don't do back-to-back losses.
Right.
And once again, they're showing you, and trust me, they're one of those teams, they want to buy. And that's why I'm saying they have to play out, because they have an older team with a lot of injuries. They want to bye week. Sometimes you don't want. Teams that's never been there, sometimes like the Falcons.
That anticipation will make your nerves get up, and then it'll make you sloppy on the field.
That 2 years ago when the Falcons was on that roll, I felt like they didn't need a bye.
Right.
They needed to just keep playing because they had never been to the mountaintop.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't need that week of patting on the back. Man, y'all 2 games away, because they've never been there to handle it. Whereas a team like this, they've been there. Like
I just think how there are some times when you're in that rhythm, all you can focus on is continuing that rhythm and staying focused on the fundamentals. But you get a break and you start to think, like, you might be going into a championship fight, and you're like, yeah, I'm going into the championship fight. Then you get a little time off and you think, whoa, I'm going into a championship fight. Right.
Yeah.
What am I even doing here?
You actually realize the situation, whereas if you had kept playing, you didn't realize. And I think a team like them, they can handle that because they've had so much success over the last 10, 12 years. And the last game here, the Giants going into the city of Detroit, that I think is owned by the what's the guy that owned half of Detroit? The billionaire guy, I think, owns all the real estate. The mortgage loan guy.
Well, the homeless
Quicken Loans.
Quicken Loans guy.
Don't the Quicken Loans guy own like half of Detroit now?
I think just the good half. He owns just the nice half.
The Giants 23, Lions 20. The Lions are in a situation where if the Bears win, they don't go to the playoffs. They're 7-8. I don't know if Jim Schwartz can be here next year. Matthew Stafford and this team just underachieves. I mean, you look at their team and it's like, it's 12 top 10 picks out there, between Reggie Bush, Matthew Stafford, Megatron, Nick Farley, and Ndamukong Suh. I think the young kid over there, they got a cornerback that was a first top 10 pick. No playoffs.
And what happens? And that's a lot of times I always wonder, is it the coach that should bear that burden? But when you got all those top 10 picks, you're hoping it's not get rid of all this talent. So somebody's got to pay for it, and usually the coach.
Yes, because if you have all those top 10 talents that were, so successful before, why can't they be successful in this system? You have to think it leads to coaching.
I mean, well, Reggie Bush has been successful, but he's been hurt a lot. You know what I
True.
mean? And Ndamukong Suh, he's bordering between psychotic serial killer.
But as an owner, you told me to go get Reggie Bush.
Right.
And you was going to get the most out of him.
Yeah.
Right.
I got the same Reggie Bush everybody else got.
And now he's been, and then he might have been injured for 1 or 2 games this season, but he's been putting up some numbers this season, and we still hadn't crossed that line.
Exactly. We haven't crossed that threshold.
And Megatron's still more than human. You know what I'm saying? He's still a mechanical beast.
What's so funny is a couple of guys that I was watching the game with, they asked me, where's Detroit getting the fans from? They asked me, like, if the city's broken, everybody's moved. I said, I think they're coming from Canada. They're just driving across the border on Sundays and going to the game and going back over there. Y'all don't get it.
Yeah, that's what we're doing, We're coming across the border.
Keep up with the Keep up.
I can play that game,
Real quickly, Heisman Trophy winner Jameis Winston was on David Letterman last week in his tuxedo. David Letterman had a top 10, as he always do. And here's Jameis Winston in his top 10 list.
Category is unusual things you hear in the huddle. Between plays when they huddle. A lot of schools will run the no-huddle offense. You see that a lot in professional football. But when there is a huddle, unusual things you hear in the huddle. And ladies and gentlemen, here with tonight's top 10 list from Florida State University, your 2013 Heisman Trophy winner, Jameis Winston. Come on out, and here we go. I like to see everybody on this program in a tuxedo. What would be so wrong with that? Look at how good that guy looks.
I think the audience appreciates it.
Congratulations to Jameis Winston, 19 years old, Florida State Seminoles, and they'll be playing Auburn January 6th, the BCS championship game. Your Auburn Tigers 12-1, your Seminoles 13-0 losses. Okay, here we go. Top 10 things. Number 10. Here we go.
Is this about football?
Top 10 things you hear in the huddle. Number 9.
One of the guys is shoving me.
That's right. Number 8.
Who's wearing perfume?
Yeah, exactly. Unusual. These are unusual things. Number 7.
Let's win this for Kim Jong-un's uncle.
Number 6.
Is anybody here know the Republic?
Yeah. Number 5.
Hey, we match.
That would be a very unusual thing here. Number 4.
Grass stains.
Yeah. Number 3.
Guys, I'd rather be alone right now.
Just stand over there. Number 2.
Crap, wrong team.
Yeah, you don't. That's a bummer. And the number 1 unusual thing to hear in a football huddle.
How many of you guys won the Heisman?
That just shows why I don't watch David Letterman.
He may be able to deliver.
That was about the corniest skit of top 10.
I thought he pulled it off pretty nice.
No, he did a good job.
He deliver football, but he cannot deliver a line.
He did it.
He's a football player. I thought he did pretty good for a 19-year-old dude on the David Letterman show.
Yes, he did.
I mean, as seasoned as Dave is, as long as he's been doing it I'm sure there was a degree of nervousness. I think Jameis did pretty.
Yeah, he get it from his daddy.
Yeah, I was gonna say you look like a proud papa, but
you gotta keep.
It was a proud
we'll be
papa
back
moment.
after this. You gotta keep up around here.
Lots of mistletoe.
Brew 81! Ice cold brew!
Ooh, that was a heck of a sack.
Chicken wings? Ice cold brews? You know, Bob, he might want to hit the showers and head to Hooters.
Hooters is your one-stop shop for food, fun, and fantasy football.
Get your very own fantasy football draft kit and keep up to the minute stats with Hooters totally free Wi-Fi.
Great food, great fun, and your very own cheerleaders, the world-famous Hooters girls.
Visit HootersDraftParty.com to book your party.
Your busy lifestyle demands performance. Energy drinks and shots can be an acquired taste and can cause jitters, crashes, and even stomach discomfort. The new 8-Hour Energy Patch is the natural, sugar and calorie-free alternative to energy drinks, shots, and even coffee. It's the only energy that sticks. Just 2 time-release patches will keep you going at work, the gym, or even a night out. No unpleasant taste, jitters, or crashes. For a 12-hour boost, just add another patch. For only 4 hours, use one. You're in charge. Visit 8hourenergy.com for more info and your free sample. Do not exceed 3 patches per day.
It's not always easy being a dad.
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
What? What do you mean she's not coming?
But it's always worth it.
It's the fairy princess!
It is I, Groove Zinklebell. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
Enough is enough! I have had it!
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for...
Wayne Gandy. Excuse me while I whip this out. Show me the...
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. Go shorty, it's your birthday.
I know it's somebody's birthday right now, right now, right now, right now.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. It's 11 o'clock. It's December the 23rd, and now I can officially say butthole.
My favorite time of morning.
It's 11 o'clock. We can say butthole now. All the gloves can come off.
Oh, snap. Give me another bagel.
We can get to work now. Finally.
Biggity, 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 biggity.
Talk about some butthole.
Biggity, 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 biggity.
Look at the good producer over there, boy. Like what?
But what?
It's like,
but what?
It's like he's trying to swallow a cup of sand. He's just got that look on his face like.
But can I get some water?
Just to finish up our college report real quickly, Gus Malzahn won the Eddie Robinson, the head coach of Auburn. Gus Malzahn won the Eddie Robinson Coach of the Year award. First-time coach, first-year coach at Auburn. He's the 3rd coach that's ever won in their first year. Ralph Regan of Maryland did it in 2001, and Tom Cahill of Army did it one time back in 1966. So only 3 coaches in history ever won their first year at a university Coach of the Year award.
It used to be possible before they changed the rules in the NFL that some people could go one and done. In the NBA, I still think that you can possibly. Is it still possible that a student can go one and done? What is his stock like now? First time coach at Auburn, he takes them from the worst to first. They're playing for the national championship. If they win and beat Florida State, what could he ask for and get in the rest of?
Well, he already got a raise.
Right.
They gave him about a $750,000 raise.
Right.
Somebody like Texas will come and try to offer him $5 million.
Right.
And a buyout clause. So it's going to be based on if he wins this game. The world is his oyster, as they say.
Right.
Once that happens.
They're delicious. I like them raw.
Yeah.
The college football.
It's obvious.
The college football playoff championship in 2016 will be in Glendale, Arizona, and 2017 will be in Tampa, Florida. And as you know, the first year of it, which is January 12th, 2015, is in Jerry's World, Dallas Cowboys down in Arlington, Texas at the AT&T Stadium, 100,000 people. Nick Saban is now the 5th highest paid coach in American sports, not just in
Isn't that in history?
college sports, but the 5th highest paid coach in American sports. Number 1, Sean Payton of the New Orleans Saints at $8 million. 2, Bill Belichick, $7.5 million. The Kansas City Chiefs head man Andy Reid is 3. Mike Krzyzewski at Duke at $7.2 million is at 4. And at number 5, Nick Saban is tied with Jeff Fisher of the Rams, Pete Carroll of the Seahawks, Mike Shanahan of the Redskins, and Doc Rivers of the Clippers. Saban makes more than the entire budgets of 12 D1 schools.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Just for this one guy, we got the water under this budget. We can get our water dude, our equipment guy, the physical therapy
we get it
crew,
all
of
done.
them. We could get under Nick Saban's.
We can get it all done. Real quickly, we showed you this hit last week. Steelers linebacker Terrence Garvin right here. Ooh, look at that. Go to sleep, little baby. Go to sleep. Call me tomorrow. This hit on Bengals punter Kevin Huber. And maybe you two can tell me how is this a $25,000 fine? He hit the man in the chest. Look where he hits him, in the chest. Now, is this guy not close enough to this runner to tackle this guy, or is it me? Maybe I'm not watching this video.
Is it because the helmet hit the helmet? Is that why there was such a controversy?
That's what happens when an immovable object
hit you in the chest.
It's something that's moving.
He didn't dive at him. He didn't leave his feet.
That was the jarring of his head.
That was just his head moving as I hit him in the chest.
Right. He just made him a bobblehead. That's why they're
right.
And this is $25,000 they're fining this kid, which I don't know his name other than Terrence Garvin. So I'm quite sure that means that he's not making a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because first of all, if he made a lot of money, usually you're not on special teams like that.
Yeah, that's a big fine for that.
And the whole rule was supposed to be put in place that you couldn't hit people that were not close to the ball like this. You couldn't hit quarterbacks and kickers if they were not in the vicinity of the ball.
But they are.
This man is standing right there, Big Kenny, ready to make this tackle.
Without the hit, he stops that man from running.
Or he at least is going to give number 30 right there a chance to catch up.
He impedes his progress without that hit. And I think what it is somebody was sitting on the sidelines, and they said, "Oh, my God, look at how barbaric that is.
Yeah.
You should do something.
Right.
He could hurt that young man." And
now it's a fine.
It's football.
Exactly.
It's football. Sometimes blood is shed on the football field. I understand the rule if the punter or the quarterback is far from the ball, But the rule says that if the quarterback moves to go make the tackle, you can hit him. Now, if I throw the interception and I just stand there as the quarterback, you cannot hit me. But if you start running towards the ball, I can put that lumber on you, and it's the same thing with the punter.
And as a side note, the punter is now going out for baseball next season. I don't think he wants any more of that. He will never try and stop another dude
ever
from returning a punt ever again.
No, he's going to be like, nope, I'm out. He's going to run towards the sideline and say, just inbound.
Real quickly, I did go see Anchorman 2 last week.
Did you like it?
No.
Really?
It was not as funny as the first movie.
Man, I heard
they tried to make it funny. What was funny, though, funny part of the whole movie experience.
Don't ruin it for me, because I want to watch it.
Yes.
Maybe not
well, you're not
going
to be able to catch this unless you're a lucky elf.
I might be.
As I was getting off the escalator to go watch the movie.
So you saw it at Phipps.
Yes. There's a nail salon.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly. Yep.
Right there by the Mexican restaurant.
Yep. Before the Subway.
Yes. I happened just to turn my head into the nail salon
and
see a gentleman getting a mani-pedi. The mani-pedi at the same time. You know how you propped up
right. Oh,
like
I'm a girl.
that?
We do this.
Yeah. Yes. Men should never get the mani-pedi at the same time. Is what I learned.
Why?
I mean, because you
I
don't
have a rebuttal to this.
you don't put the words gentleman and mani-pedi in the same sentence.
You can get the manicure and then go get the pedicure. But you cannot be in there propped up like this here with your feet, and that's not man.
Okay, well, here's my rebuttal to that, because if you are on a time crunch, it is the holidays. And if you get ingrown toenails, like
you should never be on a man. A man is never on a mani-pedi time crunch.
Time crunch, exactly. Let her finish though, and then we can destroy her little rebuttal.
Okay. Exactly. You need something to destroy. So let me set it up.
Okay, set it up.
Okay, so she's watching a movie or she's shopping, and he knows he only has so much guy time to himself.
Should never be in there without a woman.
No, that's what I'm saying. She, as in the other part of this couple, because you know he's not there alone.
You've got limited guy time, and the first thing you think is mani-pedi.
No, she probably gave him two options. You can either shop with me or you can go in here. So out of the two options,
all of this, none of what you're saying suggests that this guy's a real guy.
You're not even got a man.
He's not a man, right?
If you're telling me what I'm gonna be doing,
what I can do while you're not with me.
You're even lucky that I came to the mall with you.
No, you're lucky that I let you.
In a realistic situation,
you're lucky I let you come to the mall with me.
When you go home,
no, your tail don't control me. We married. Okay, you don't want to give it to me, and. No, that works in 20-year-old world.
Right. How old was this guy?
40-year-old girls.
But how old was this guy?
You never let me tell you who it was.
Now let me hear it.
T.D. Jakes. Bishop T.D. Jakes was in the nail, getting the mani-pedi.
Yeah. Well, that brings it to a whole nother level. I was trying to say that for the guy.
He had on the muscle shirt too.
I would like to say
medium?
With the vest.
Was it size medium? It was too small.
I would like to say sports jock. Now that we know it was T.D. Jakes, that sheds an entire new light on the fact that he was getting a manicure pedicure, because sometimes God moves you in mysterious ways.
Oh man, it was better than the movie.
I would have pulled out my camera and got it on film.
Why did you not capture this?
Because I can't do that to the man.
Next time it happens,
do that to the man.
Look at him.
Next time it happens, call me.
Producer's like, next time you better bring the camera.
Yeah, and if you feel bad about it, call me. I'll rush down.
Seriously.
With a film crew.
I do not live far away.
TDJ, the Bishop TDJ.
The only thing that would have been funny is if he were texting Eddie Long at the time.
A short text?
Yes.
Hi.
Oh.
What are you doing? I'm getting my mani-pedi.
We'll be back on the Sports Shock Show right after this.
At 889-267-562.
Take the it just before you go. Christmas time lasts.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
You are a waste. A loser. Everyone hates you. Why don't you just stay in your car and keep driving? I'm serious. Drive until you run out of gas, then get out of your car and walk until you find someone who doesn't think you're dumber than bricks. Could take a while, but at least all that walking might burn a couple of calories.
You may not witness bullying like this every day. Your kids do. They want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better. And kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
Your busy lifestyle demands performance. Energy drinks and shots can be an acquired taste and can cause jitters, crashes, and even stomach discomfort. The new 8-Hour Energy Patch is the natural, sugar, and calorie-free alternative to energy drinks, shots, and even coffee. It's the only energy that sticks. Just 2 time-release patches will keep you going at work, the gym, or even a night out. No unpleasant taste, jitters, or crashes. For a 12-hour boost, just add another patch. For only 4 hours, use one. You're in charge. Visit 8hourenergy.com for more info and your free sample. Do not exceed 3 patches per day.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions,
How high can you jump?
but you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
And now, back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. We're walking in
a winter wonderland.
Gone away.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. Quickly, according to reports from the Federal Research of high school seniors, 7% of high school seniors smoke marijuana daily. Just thought you parent. PSA, I'm giving information so you can take into your Christmas.
On that point.
6% a decade ago. And to give a lot of honor to the older people, only 2.5% of high school seniors in 1993 said they smoked marijuana daily. So in 20 years, we have doubled. They smoking that loud, that Mary Jane, whatever they smoking, they get it in.
And as a parent, if you got a high school senior that's smoking loud every day, you should be offended that you at home smoking regular. And this kid is out blowing loud on a daily basis. Look at what they're doing with your money, parents.
Well, no, but so they had a news story on this topic that there was a child, a 7-year-old girl, who was having seizures. She, before the age of 3, she had I think 3,000 seizures. She had brain trauma, inability to walk, and they started giving her cannabis oil from a foundation that was started in Denver. And within 6 months, she was able to walk again from just daily cannabis oil in her food. They changed nothing else.
Well, I don't think these high school seniors are suffering from the
But I'm
same
just
ailment.
saying, that is a news story, and it does involve the Mary of the Jane.
Okay.
And children. It was pertinent.
You know, and as a side note to that, January 1st is the day that recreational marijuana becomes legal in the state of Colorado.
And 420 is the day that it becomes celebrated every day in Colorado.
It says 4% of 10th graders are smoking daily
4%?
marijuana. Wow. They're doing less harmful drugs, though. So they're doing less other drugs and less drinking. They say it's easier to get access to marijuana than other things. So just letting you parents out there know, I'm in the Christmas spirit.
Of course it's easier to get access to because that guy from the radio standing around outside the school selling it to them.
The Masters, which is held down in Augusta, they added 14 players to the field. That brings the field to 90 players so far. They may be hitting 100 again. They haven't hit 100 players in the Masters since 1966. The Masters will be held April 10th through the 13th, 2014. Novak Djokovic, the 26-year-old tennis player, and Serena Williams, the 32-year-old female tennis sensation. Both were named the International Tennis Federation World Champions for 2013. Djokovic, this is his third straight year. Serena, this is her fourth overall. One note on this, because they never get a lot of attention, is the doubles champion, International Tennis Federation doubles champion, the Bryan brothers, Bob and Mike. They have been named champion 10 out of the last 11 years.
And I've never heard of their names.
They're twins.
And that just goes to show you the type of respect they have for the game of doubles. I saw a story on the Bryan brothers. I'm not sure which one it was now, but one of them was in like the top 20 singles players.
Wow.
And he quit playing singles to team up with his brother, and now they are the #1 doubles.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that was a sacrifice he made for his brother, and it's obviously paying off big dividends.
Yeah, 10 out of the 11. I mean, can't get any greater stat than 11 awards. I won 10 of them. It's like Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, time to go out on top.
Wayne Gretzky, I think, won like 7 of 10 in his first 10 years, like 7 Player of the Year awards or something out of 10, some crazy number, where nobody else basically was winning.
Right.
You know, so staggering stat, 10 out of 11. Real quickly, birthdays. We did, because Ray had played the birthday music. Real quickly, our elf, Santa, or reindeer. That's the on the birthdays. Either they're Santa, they're elf, or they're reindeer. How about that?
Okay.
Mark, you looking like
I got it.
You got it now?
I got it.
Okay.
That was my lazy eye looking at you.
Manny Pacquiao, 35 years old.
Reindeer.
Elf.
Chuck Liddell, 44.
Elf.
Chuck Liddell, the UFC fighter.
Yeah,
Troll.
definitely enough. Have you seen those cauliflower ears?
Troll is not.
He's a cousin to the elf. Troll.
Oh, whatever.
Troll. Yeah.
He's
in the elf
13th
family.
in the dozen.
Samuel L. Jackson, 65.
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Definitely.
Merry Mother Christmas.
Yeah, he's got some ho ho ho.
Brad Pitt, 50.
Definitely Santa.
Santa.
Come sit on Santa's lap.
Oh, is that what he's telling you?
Yeah, come sit on Santa's lap.
He's got some rain. Some
Stone Cold Steve Austin, 49.
He is a reindeer.
Reindeer. Jim Harbaugh, 50, the head coach of 49ers.
Elf.
I would say he's a Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Susan Lucci, 67. The daytime soap star.
I would say she's an elf because she never gets the top spot.
She can't reach it.
Chris Angel, the magician.
Elf.
I would
he
say,
looks like an elf, for real.
I would
long
say
hair.
Any dude that magical's got to be Santa Claus.
No, he looks like the dark elf that just got kicked aside, you know, that was like, look, I can make a present.
Christina Aguilera, 33.
Reindeer. She's got some
yeah,
tracks she's run over.
yeah.
Some reindeer tracks.
She's been pulling a lot of sleds, so.
Got some white on her paws.
Diane Sawyer, 68.
Santa.
Diane Sawyer, I would say
Santa.
I would say she's in the Santa category.
Santa.
Yeah.
Kiefer Sutherland, 47.
Reindeer.
I'd have to say Kiefer Sutherland was on the Santa Claus side.
Santa Claus. Paulina Gretzky, 25. Paulina Gretzky.
She's Santa Claus all the way.
I don't know.
She just
looks like
giving,
a deer.
she just
looks
giving,
like a
she
dove.
just a
I'm saying
giving.
She's a reindeer.
I'm going to give her Santa.
No, come on now.
Warren
slide
Sapp,
down
41.
Santa.
Santa.
Sapp is a Santa? I just knew y'all were going to say reindeer.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Sapp, Santa. Tyson Bedford, the model.
Oh, gosh, he's a reindeer for sure.
He's an elf.
He is one of many.
Jake Gyllenhaal, 33.
Elf.
Yeah, elf.
Definitely.
Alyssa Milano, 41.
Reindeer.
He is Santa Claus.
Oh, my God.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Come on
Santa
down.
Claus.
Come on down my chimney
would you
and
like?
slide something in my stocking.
Oh, geez. More like drag me along.
The great Cicely Tyson, 80.
Reindeer.
Elf.
No, she's definitely Santa Claus, because Santa Claus is an ageless, ancient person. So,
oh man,
that's Cicely
Elf has
Tyson.
been put through
Now this is gonna get tough as these last names
No, it's
go
not.
down, real
We got
tough.
this.
It's gonna get real tough. Betty Wright, 60 years old.
I'll let you
The blues singer Betty
the blues
Wright.
singer Betty Wright. 60.
She's Santa Claus.
Is she?
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Betty was turning up back before turning it up was cool.
The original twerker.
Yeah, she was the original twerk goddess.
Twerk-tastic came right from those hips.
Oh man, Jane Fonda, 76.
Oh, she's a reindeer.
Reindeer.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't giving
Long
Jane no
legs.
love.
Oh, she's always hitching herself to somebody's
seriously.
wagon.
Seriously.
Chris Everett, 59. Tennis legend.
Elf.
Chrissy, y'all gonna let little Chrissy,
Little
picture?
Chrissy, exactly. Little Chrissy the elf.
Oh man, y'all tough on him. Jordan Sparks, the R&B singer,
Santa Claus.
24 years old.
No, she's an elf.
No, she ain't.
Oh, she is totally an elf.
She might be an elf, but she can handle some stuff in my workshop.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Jonah Hill, 30.
Oh, he's Santa.
Santa Claus.
Santa,
Totally.
he's just a little
He
pudgy.
is. He is. He's all
He's a funny
he's
dude,
not pudgy
man.
anymore. He's got skinny on him.
Jonah, I just always remember him in Superbad.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean,
When
that
him
was,
and McLovin. I'm still crying right
so
now.
you're McLovin on some...
So that's the only name you could come up with, McLovin.
I mean, seriously.
Oh, man. Jennifer Beals.
Santa.
Santa?
Yeah.
She's 50 now.
Yeah.
She's still Santa at 50?
Uh-huh.
Wait, you mean Jessica?
No, Jennifer, the lady from Flashdance.
Flashdance, yeah.
Are you
Oh,
old
yeah,
enough to
still Santa.
remember?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Ray Liotta, 59.
Yeah, he'll whack you if you don't say he's the Santa. So, yeah, he's Santa.
He always a criminal, isn't he?
Yeah,
in his
he's
role. He
always
don't
a
never
criminal.
play the good guy.
He's that reindeer that wouldn't let anybody else play that reindeer game.
Angie Stone, 52.
Elf.
Okay, now we get into some Charles Oakley, 50. The NBA legend, Charles Oakley.
Santa Claus.
Definitely.
Santa Claus. Now, I got two hard ones here now.
All right.
Okay.
We got
Hit
two hard ones right here.
Hit it like Santa hit that house.
70 years old, Keith Richards.
God, he's an elf from way back.
No, sports jock. I'd probably be an elf if I've got a lot of magic dust, so I'd probably be Santa Claus.
He's made a lot of things happen.
And last but not least, never to be repeated. At 53 years old, Luther Campbell.
Oh.
Santa Claus, Santa Claus, get it, huh, hit it, now, down that chimney,
He made breathing popular. He He got paid to breathe.
Luther
on
Campbell.
mic.
What is Luther Campbell?
Luther Campbell. He got a lot of L's, too.
Yeah.
It's
So
going
he's Santa
down
Claus?
in his
And
workshop.
some reindeer.
Yes, sir.
He's Santa Claus.
Santa
Luther
Claus for
Campbell.
sure.
Uncle Luke. 888-926-7562. We'll be right back. We're taking it to the streets.
Hey, don't miss the show next week. We'll be reflecting on 2013. It's the live best of show with the biggest sports and entertainment stories of 2013. Call with your favorite segment and let's talk about it Monday, December 30th at the sports. JOC.com. Get it, get it, get it, get it.
Ice cold brew!
That was a heck of a sack. Chicken wings? Ice cold brews? You know, Bob, he might want to hit the showers and head to Hooters.
Hooters is your one-stop shop for food, fun, and fantasy football.
Get your very own fantasy football draft kit and keep up to the minute stats with Hooters totally free Wi-Fi.
Great food, great fun, and your very own cheerleaders, the world-famous Hooters girls.
Visit HootersDraftParty.com to book your party.
Your busy lifestyle demands performance. Energy drinks and shots can be an acquired taste and can cause jitters, crashes, and even stomach discomfort. The new 8-Hour Energy Patch is the natural, sugar, and calorie-free alternative to energy drinks, shots, and even coffee. It's the only energy that sticks. Just 2 time-release patches will keep you going at work, the gym, or even a night out. No unpleasant taste, jitters, or crashes. For a 12-hour boost, just add another patch. For only 4 hours, use one. You're in charge. Visit 8hourenergy.com for more info and your free sample. Do not exceed 3 patches per day.
It's not always easy being a dad.
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
What? What do you mean she's not coming?
But it's always worth it.
It's the fairy princess!
It is I, Groom Zinklebell. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better. And kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
Hey, Dad, how do you throw a curveball? How do you build a fort? How do refrigerators run? How do fish learn how to swim?
Kids ask a lot of questions,
How high can you jump?
but you don't have to know every answer.
How many phone numbers are there?
Because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
How do cell phones work?
There are thousands of children in foster care who don't need every question answered.
What's electricity?
They just need you.
What's the moon made of?
For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
The Sports Talk Show with Wayne Gandy is taking it to the streets.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock Wayne Gandy. I hope you're out there getting those last gifts. Pick one up for me. Just one. Something. Maybe those new Air Jordan 11 Gamma that were released Saturday. If you just got an extra pair of 14 sitting around, it's okay. Ship them by. Armada Studios. Well, no. Meet me at the corner of Glenwood. If you have my shoes.
Oh, yeah, that'll be a good place to get them. And they'll be authentic.
We are giving PSAs out today. There is a new, for you skiers, they're coming up with an airbag. A company out of Italy is coming up with an airbag that you can wear around your neck that will, upon crashing, will protect your neck and spine. They've been trying to make it for 4 years.
Right.
It's not being used yet in races, but just interesting concept. Airbags you wear around your neck.
Well, I've seen it. I've seen it used, and they have it for bikers. That's where they, I believe, did the beta testing. Is in the European countries where they do a lot of bike riding, Amsterdam, Germany, London, places like that, and it's a really weird-looking contraption, but.
What if it gets caught on something?
Well, it's not that kind of thing. It's sort of like it looks like a neck brace, and if you it's motion motion. It's a motion sensor, so if you get parallel, then it inflates and it wraps around your head, and it's really hard and all of that. Personally, I think that if you're skiing and you're worried about needing an airbag, maybe you're doing the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Maybe just sit out the slopes.
Like, I wear a helmet, and I understand the need for a helmet, which a lot of people don't. You know, I've seen people that have been hurt, and I snowboard, but an airbag seems a little bit much. Like, I've hit the back of my helmet with my snowboard, and I've been really appreciative of it, but I just don't know if an airbag would be necessary.
The thing that I'm I wonder about is the airbag inflates around your head like a helmet. So it was generally first designed for people that don't wear helmets while biking.
Exactly.
But if you're wearing a snowboard helmet, right, it's not really probably going to help a lot. And I think they cost like $5,000 a piece.
Yeah, no, I'm going to hold off.
Yeah, he'd be a billionaire by 2018.
Yeah.
Be selling something else.
Yeah.
You know.
And then the cost will go down. It'll be $50, you know, for everybody like me.
I don't ski, so I don't really care.
Right.
And I'm not riding a bike that fast to fall. So most of my bike riding is stationary.
Right.
Just, you know. When I was a child, I thought as a child. Not a man, I think as a man.
I think as a man, exactly.
Do you think any of the Olympians are going to wear those in the 2014 games?
I think it would be a great way to generate some sponsorship dollars for the Olympic athletes, but I don't really see where it would be a requirement. You know, I'd imagine
that. It would be a requirement, but
I'm saying in the Olympics, that would probably go down as some sort of unfair advantage. If not everybody's going to have one, then nobody's going to wear it. So I don't think it'll make the Olympics.
Well, in the Christmas spirit, the Boston Celtics, NBA team, they can't score a lot of baskets, and they got blew out last night. But last week, they did go out Christmas caroling. Do you have the Celtics Christmas caroling?
2, 3, 4. Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle.
Stop it right there. Freeze it. Go back to it and freeze it. See, I hate people. See, you can always spot people that are not going to participate. You go to see the kids in the wheelchairs, right? And so why do you have on a sleeveless shirt at the Children's Hospital in the back there in the shades?
With nothing that says Celtics on it.
The PR guy should have knew when he went to get on the bus, he was not going to participate.
Yeah.
And as you can see as they're singing, he doesn't sing.
No.
Then why did you go?
Who is that?
I don't understand.
I don't even know who he is. I'm saying he's back there moving his head. He's not singing.
He's in the back.
And why did you even wear a sleeveless shirt to the Children's Hospital? I'm quite sure they're in Boston, so it's chilly.
I'm quite sure.
And I just don't get that kind of participating. That's why you went there to sing to the kids and,
he was
and
wearing
be
a Knicks
part.
sweatshirt.
There's nothing cool about that.
There's nothing cool about that. Whatever you commit to, live up to your commitment.
Live up to the commitment.
If you're going to go sing to the kids, sing to the kids.
That's what I'm saying.
Sing to the kids. If you don't want to sing to the kids, sit this one out.
You still
like he did every other game, probably.
Nuck is not going to see this tape.
He's not.
You know?
He's not.
So why are you worried about being so cool at the Children's Hospital.
I
don't
hope
get people.
I would hope that someone would find him from the organization for.
I don't know if you can
well,
find
I'm just saying, you're there representing the Celtics. You don't have anything Celtics on.
No.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, how do we know that you're not Nuck?
Yes. And you found your shades, but you couldn't find a Santa hat.
Right.
You know, that kind of stuff. But we did take it to the streets. We wanted to know how many people still remember the 9 reindeer. Obviously, we all know one. Rudolph, the red nose. But do you remember the other 8? So we sent the bad producer out to see who could maybe tell us all 9 at once.
Can you name Santa's 9 reindeers?
Dancer, Prancer,
You don't know the reindeer?
No.
You ain't getting no Christmas presents.
Oh, man. Prancer, Dancer. I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm sorry.
Well, Prancer and Dancer, that's all we got on those 2. She didn't even get a Rudolph in.
Seriously.
The most famous of the reindeer might be one of those 7% of high school seniors smoking on that loud. Can't even get past 2. Let's see if anybody else got past 2.
Can you please name the 9 reindeers?
Dancer, Vixen, Prancer. Who else? Prancer is Donna, Vixen, Prancer, Dancer. Oh, man. Name it. Rudolph.
That's not 9.
I know that's 5. Okay. Dancer, Prancer, Blitzen, Vixen, Donna, Cupid, and Rudolph.
That ain't 9.
Comet. Okay, say it again. Comet, Cupid, Donna, Blitzen, Prancer and Dancer, Rudolph and Comet.
You named Comet twice.
No, he did.
Did they not say Comet twice?
Okay, Donna, Blitzen, Dancer, Prancer, Rudolph, Comet, Cupid.
Donna Dixon.
We already did that. Vixen. I didn't say Vixen.
I didn't know.
Okay, what's the last one?
This whole group can't get it together.
No.
Listen,
This is what happens when you do interviews at the strip club locker room.
Daily use of marijuana causes memory loss.
Yeah.
That's what it should say.
and poor pronunciation of reindeer names.
Yes.
Donna.
Oh, just so you know
Donna
where
the
I got
reindeer.
this from. Here is before we play. You said you had another one, right?
Yeah.
Before we play that, let's play the Los Angeles Lakers trying to
Big
name.
important question. Can you name the 9 reindeers?
Nah, I mean, that's a tough question, man. Yeah.
There's Kobe, and there's I know Rudolph.
Okay. Come on.
Rudolph, Prancer,
Donner, Dancer, Blitzen, Comet, Cupid, Prancer. That's about it.
He's good.
Rufus too?
Rufus?
Yeah, Rufus.
No, there's no Rufus. Anyway.
But I like that.
Yeah.
You're going to be like the soul reindeer, Rufus.
Rufus. Hey, it should be another one. Should be the 10th one.
I think we might have a new Christmas book by Powell.
Rufus the Red Nose.
I'm not going to wish love.
In Paul Gasol's defense, he is from Spain. I don't know if Santa made it that far on that sleigh.
I'm not sure.
But
He made it, man. He was there.
He was
he had something different in his bag, though, sports shop. He has something different. It make your nose right.
Rufus is what he called Rudolph.
Oh my gosh.
You said you had one more. I just wanted to see. That's where I was watching that, and I was thinking, most of us have forgotten. You know, you can get it's 9, and even when I went to do it, I got up to like 6. Because it's been so long. That's what I'm saying. The further and further you get away from being 10, it's not something you hold
I don't know.
on.
I think I could do it.
I can tell you.
I could do it.
You can do it. What is somebody else?
Yeah, I got one more. The winners, I want to say they were great. Shout out to Top Flight Security, Andy Ghost in Atlantic Station for kicking me off the property, but I do got the best one of the day.
Okay, let me hear it.
Taking it to the streets for the Sports Jock Show. Wayne Gandy, Conway Twitty, I have
Jessica.
Jessica, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas to you.
Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
I'm looking for Santa's 9 reindeers. I need to know their names.
Okay. Can
Can I sing the song?
Sing it.
Okay. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen and Rudolph, right?
You're supposed to say, and the most famous reindeer
And
ever.
the most famous reindeer of all. Rudolph. Is that how it goes?
That is correct. Ding, 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 ding. If you didn't understand there is Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. And one night it was snowing real hard on his way to Spain, and he needed Rudolph.
Rufus the Rudolph.
To get off that cocaine and lead him to Spain. As Big Kenny just said, he can make his nose red. We'll be back. I got something real funny in the ocean. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to throw somebody in the ocean after showing y'all this. We'll be back with more of the Sports Talk Show right after this.
Hey, don't miss the show next week. We'll be reflecting on 2013. It's the live best of show with the biggest sports and entertainment stories of 2013. Call with your favorite segment and let's talk about it Monday, December 30th at thesportsjoc.com.
Gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day.
Don't go away. More of the Sports Jock Show with Wayne Gandy is coming up next.
So, Jacqueline.
Yes, Mom?
I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait. Hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait. Mom, what?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, over here.
What?
Right here in the back.
Where?
Over by the fence.
You? The bike?
Yeah, the bike. Right in the grass where the kids left me a while ago. You know how lonely it is being left day after day, not being able to cruise the reservation?
Pardon me?
Remember when you got me for the kids? You told them, no, you kids go have fun, enjoy the outdoors, and be careful.
Yeah?
I really miss it, especially when they put that playing card in my spokes, and I made a really cool sound the faster we went. Well, could you get my tires a little air, dust off my seat, and remind the kids how fun I still am?
Okay. Oh, you are dusty.
Yeah, and I may need a couple of bolts tightened, too. Now let's go.
As Native American parents and caregivers, our encouragement to healthy lifestyles for our kids is helping them get outside and play. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov/Indian Country. Brought to you by USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
And now, back to the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy.
It's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. At Christmas time.
Welcome back to the Sports Jock Show. I'm the Sports Jock, Wayne Gandy. What a great show. Christmas will be here in a couple of hours, Wednesday. I hope you all get the gifts that you deserve. Some of you only deserve a lump of coal. Yeah, I said it, a lump of coal, like a bag of charcoal and you get one brick of it. That's what you deserve.
Hey, I'll be cool with a brick.
And you know who deserves that lump? You know who deserves that lump of coal? Whoever stole the wheelchairs from the basketball league up in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Somebody went over to the basketball league and stole the wheelchairs that the men use for the basketball games. There was wheelchair basketball. They stole all the chairs out of there. When did we come up with that plan, Big Kenny?
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel.
The Iowa Chariots, or is what the team's name is.
They took their chair out of their chariot.
Yeah, they stole 12 wheelchairs out of the trailer. They locked the wheelchairs in the trailer. And the director of the organization, Sportsability is the name of the organization that houses the wheelchairs. When I was reading, he was like, steal the trailer, but don't take the wheelchairs.
Yeah,
This wheelchairs was bought with donated money, and now they have to figure out how to find 12 chairs.
What kind of heartless individual goes, hey,